show here for you. Dennis and Adam joke about orgasms and sweet movie reviews. We talk about TV too, right?
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah! Movie toast.
Welcome to Movie Toast News and Reviews, episode 230. This is the last episode before the holiday season. Hell, before the last episode of the new year. Normally Dennis is here, but he's traveling for the holiday, so I figured I'd bring in someone I've been seeing movies with for the past 25, 30 years almost. One of my best friends here, Eddie. Let's bring him in here, folks.
Thanks for having me on the podcast, Adam. I'm happy to talk about some movies and some news.
Yes, that is what we're doing here. Thank you for jumping in, filling in for Dennis today. We get some news, we get some polls, we get some reviews. I guess with no further delay, let's fuck, I didn't put that stuff up. Yeah, so with no further delay, I guess we'll go here and start the old segment we like to call news.
Gather round, folks, it's time for the scoop. Tune your ears in, let's join the loop.
All right, here up first, Disney invested $1 billion into OpenAI. The deal will allow store users to use Disney, Marvel, and Lucasfilm characters in their own creations. The best videos will be that are created will then be selected and streamed on Disney Plus. How do you feel about this? You think this makes sense, or is this dumb?
I feel like it's probably going to be dumb at first, but I feel like it's going to make movies cost. They just want to make everything cost less and make the most amount of profits.
True.
And I think AI isn't there just yet. But if you think about it, what is AI? This is like the best right now. Today is the best AI is at this
Every
point.
day it's going to progress and get better.
Correct. Like I feel like after a certain time, I don't know when that would be, like 5-10 years. Like it probably will take over a lot of
Yeah.
animating, but I don't know how that would affect the landscape for jobs and
Well, I think you're going to have to find AI artists to come in there.
yeah,
And a lot of people are kind of giving Disney flack, but I feel like it makes sense because people are going to pirate and use their characters one way or the other. This way, they get a little bit of the cut,
yeah,
and they don't got to sue the people, and they're getting free work from creators who they're not paying to make work for them.
yeah. And the other reason why I think they want to do it is because they want to. If you get more people creating images and videos on their AI software, the AI can use those images to add it to their catalog
Yep.
so that they can have more and more data to create better images over time. Like, I don't know if you heard about I mean, this isn't about movies, but I don't know if you heard about the Adobe
I don't know anything besides movies.
but the Adobe thing was Adobe did this thing about 6 months ago where uh, when you use an Adobe product, all the stuff you created on Adobe product, Adobe owned.
Oh, that's a
So the reason why they did that is because they needed information for their AI, and
Yeah.
they just can't get information, so they thought it would be a good idea to do that, which actually upset a lot of their users. And
Yeah, but they're clicking go ahead. They're just signing everything away when they
no,
do
it crashed the stock. The company is like
Wow.
not doing good right now because of that decision making. So like the AI landscape is so large. I don't know how it could affect movies, and it could
Oh,
affect
it's
movies.
gonna affect everything. You just gotta find out how to make it work.
Yeah, and it could affect negatively,
Oh, 100%.
like the Adobe situation. That's what I thought of when I saw the article. And I don't know, like I don't know if you notice this at the movies at AMC, like there's a Coca-Cola commercial, and it says at the beginning of the commercial, this commercial is 100% produced in AI.
Yeah, and people have been giving that commercial a lot of flack because you can tell that it just is soulless, but I don't know. I feel like if it's good enough, you won't realize. Like,
Yeah, and I mean, I see a lot of flack online about like using AI because it's taking jobs away from artists. And like people usually complain because they're making like memes, but like
yeah,
I I don't know. I would never pay an artist
no,
hundreds of dollars to make a meme. So and then like my conscience be like does I don't feel anything, but should I feel anything? And
yeah.
then I'm thinking about it for people who make movies. Like they're probably losing jobs and
Oh, yeah,
and like maybe it's a out of sight, out of mind, and, like, that's why, like, I don't feel anything behind it,
Fair enough.
but, like,
Until it
me
comes for something that you're
yeah,
doing.
but, like, what if it was a family member, you know?
Exactly. 100%. All right, well, let's stick in the, realm of Disney, stay with Disney here for this next story. Um, After the success of 2017's live action Beauty and the Beast, Disney needed IP-based programming for Disney Plus, and they were developing a Gaston series. It was being written by Josh Gad, and he was set to reprise his role as LaFleur alongside Luke Evans as Gaston. However, the series fell into production hell and never got made. But it looks like Disney wants to take another bite of that apple because they want to give they want to give Gaston his own solo movie in the vein of Maleficent, and it's going to be an original take on the character with the new actor portraying him, and the movie will have a swashbuckling tone. Uh, do you think Gaston deserves his own movie?
Well, funny enough, like, Gaston, I think it's like like the Josh Gad, I'm
Yeah.
so glad, but the Josh Gad movie, it's kind of funny because, I don't really remember the animated one, but I do remember the Josh Gad one, and,
Mhm.
like, it's like his character is, like, the most memorable character from the movie
Who,
'cause
Gaston or
yeah,
Josh
Gad,
Gad?
like, like,
Yeah, their interaction
their
together.
interaction,
Yeah.
and, like, uh, I felt like there's more they have more character in Beauty and the Beast, even though that's what the movie's about. So, like, they had heart in the movie, but
Fair
that's
enough.
my opinion on it.
Yeah. No, no, I get that. Uh, but yeah, it's interesting. This is going to be written by one of the writers of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse,
Okay.
and it's going to be produced by a producer of Star Wars. So people who know what they're doing, kind of, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know, but it's just interesting that they have these characters already in live action form, but they're like, oh, we're going to go with some other people.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. So we'll
I
see.
don't know if I would watch it, but
Fair
I
enough.
if the trailer looks interesting and they put a interesting spin, maybe I'd check it out.
They always find a weird way to actually make these characters work in live action when they're evil people. Um, Yabba Dabba Do 6 7. Yeah. Uh, Fuck, I'm never gonna do that again. Sorry, someone was asking for that in the comments.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. Blumhouse, we got some talk here about Blumhouse. After the success of Megan, Blumhouse wanted to start their own Megan universe. So they shot an erotic thriller titled Soulmate, which took place in the world of Megan. But after Megan 2.0 crashed and burnt hard at the box office, it looks like the Megan universe is no longer moving forward. Unfortunately, the studio no longer wants to release this Soulmate movie that's already shot and edited, and now they're shopping it around to different studios. And it's going to be an erotic thriller about a man who replicates his wife and essentially starts fucking her, I guess. I don't know. Do you think this makes sense for them to just try to get rid of a movie they already made?
Well, they did it with that Batgirl movie.
But that never got made. They just
Oh, I thought
did that
they
tax write off.
I thought they shot that
They
movie.
they shot it, but they got rid of it and just collected tax money.
Okay.
What they is the Looney Tunes movie. The
Oh, I
They
heard
are
yeah,
so
yeah.
screwed, and now they're doing that with like Coyote versus Acme.
Yeah, I don't know. So, how do you feel about this, like, as a movie, as an art form, and them destroying the film? Like, not
Oh no,
but
yeah, yeah,
not releasing it, I would
kind of
consider
burying it. Yeah,
yeah,
because a lot of people worked so hard to make the movie, and then it's there, but it's not being seen. But I get they're like, oh, we got to market it. That's thousands of dollars, almost a production budget
yeah,
right there. But it's like, guess what? You could just drop it on a streamer, no money
yeah.
put. Why not do that?
You know what it reminds what was that movie that came out for COVID with the North Korean movie? What was that called? I'm totally blanking.
North Korean movie.
Yeah, with,
Oh,
no, 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 it was the comedy movie with, the Pineapple Express guys,
an Asian movie with the
where they go to North Korea.
The Interview. That
The
was the whole
interview
thing because it started an international crisis.
Yeah, but
Essentially.
what I'm trying to say, they just dumped it on a streamer and,
Yep,
like, it got an audience.
it
So
did.
that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying, like, they could just dump it on something and maybe they would get an audience for it.
exactly.
Yeah, but it does from the plot synopsis, it sounds like an interesting, like,
Yeah, a
Stepford-wise
little bit.
movie, but, I don't know. I just feel like Blumhouse is, like, they're just a money machine to
Yeah,
them.
they used to care about what they were putting out. Now they're just shitting things out and
Yeah,
hoping it works.
yeah, like, they spent 10 million to try to make 50.
Like what they should have done, they should have made Megan 2.0 like they did and hold off to see if that worked and then make the Soulmate movie.
Yeah.
Eh. Yeah, it's a little bizarre in my opinion. But hey, it happens, I suppose. Back in 2020, it was announced that Doug Liman was going to make movie history by being the first director to make a movie in space, and it was going to star Tom Cruise. As you can imagine, that's a ton of prep and red tape that needs to be signed off on before you make such an ambitious movie. They need to collaborate with NASA and SpaceX. But the bigger hurdle here is getting the government to sign off on it, and that speed bump would be getting Trump to sign off on it. And Tom Cruise doesn't want to ask Trump to do anything, so he's like, "All right, we're not going to make this movie because I don't want to owe Trump a favor or anything." I don't. I feel like that makes sense, or does that sound crazy to you?
I just want to ask this question: do you think like they need to film that?
No, I think it's the novelty
Yeah, that's
of
what I
the movie.
mean. So, like, do you think the novelty, like,
It would probably suck.
well, as a here's a good example, the Tom Cruise movie, the Top Gun sequel, that was practically shot.
Yes,
Did that make it for you, or did the movie you
it
think
was
the
fine, but
movie was fine without
that
it?
movie saved cinema. Like the
I know it
theaters.
I know it's trying to like, did it need to be so real? It
Did it value? I
yeah,
think it did. I think it added a little bit
okay.
something, but going in space, it's like you don't have sets, you don't have locations. You're just on like a space station, probably. So it's like how much you can't really set cameras and lights up. I don't really know. I feel like it'd be like all digitally.
What they're reminding me of, like how a lot of movies use realistic lighting. For me, I don't really like it.
Yeah.
So, like, that Wolfman movie that came out a
Oh,
couple years ago,
the
or last
Benicio del Toro one, or the one that just came out.
the one that just
Oh,
came
I
out,
hated that movie.
but they couldn't see anything.
Yeah, it was
They
so
wanted
dark.
because they wanna do realistic lighting. So, I feel like if you want to do if they're gonna do a real space movie, how are they gonna light it? They
True.
might not look good either, and then they could spend all that money and it just be a waste because it doesn't look good.
Yeah, yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, I feel like it's a gamble either way, but yeah, they say they're putting it on pause. So they can come back
I would
and
put it on.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'm not a filmmaker, but I would still put it on pause.
100%. A movie that I thought was gonna be paused here, so, Danny Boyle and Alex Garland always envisioned 28 years later as a trilogy. Sony signed off on only 2 movies, so they shot 28 years later and 28 years later, The Blood Temple back to back. After the lukewarm reaction of the first 28 days later, the likelihood of making a third movie seemed a bit iffy. However, it looks like reactions coming out of early screenings for The Bone Temple have been solid. So the studio has officially greenlit the third movie in the trilogy, and it
Wow.
looks like Alex Garland will be coming back to write it, and most likely Cillian Murphy, the original star of 28 Days Later, is in negotiations to come back. The only question is, will Danny Boyle shoot it, or will Nia DaCosta, who made The Bone Temple, or will someone else come in? Did you see the 28 Years Later?
Yeah, I did, and it was one of those movies. I don't know about how you felt about it, but it was one of those movies where I saw the movie, and then after the next day when I thought more about it, I thought there was a lot of good themes, but the problem is, like, if you're not I don't wanna say if you don't understand the themes and what they're trying to say,
Yeah,
like like like, clearly, like, it was implying the whole time, like, he's a child soldier, like, you're
mhm,
not in the army, but, like, that's, like, all the background
sure.
shots. So, like and, like, I like the theme of, like, everybody lied to him
Yep.
except the doctor.
Mhm.
So
And he respected the doctor more,
yeah,
and he wanted to become his own independent person after dealing with the
so
doctor.
so, like, when I got out of the movie, I saw, uh I guess with, like, my brother-in-law, and he didn't like it, and we were talking outside the movie theater, and I was like, "Well, it had this scene, and I really liked it." And he's like, "Oh, I wasn't even thinking about it. I was just thinking like, oh, this is just another, like, zombie movie." No, I think there's a lot of heart in
Oh,
this
yeah.
movie, and I'm looking forward to The Bone Temple. I'm
Oh,
not sure about you, but I like the movie.
I was a little mixed, like, I felt like it was 3 movies put into 1. I felt like we coulda had a full movie with the kid and the dad. We coulda had a full
Yeah,
movie with the
you're
kid
right.
and the mother, and a movie with the kid where they're going with the Bone Temple.
Yeah. Yeah.
If there was just 1 movie each and they did a trilogy like that, I woulda liked it more. I'm not gonna lie, by the end, I'm like, "I don't know if I need this." I was already getting up to walk away because you can anticipate when a movie's ending, and then when that last crazy shit happened, I'm like, "Oh," I stopped in my tracks. I'm like, "I wanna see where the fuck that movie is going."
Yeah, and I do like how the movie kind of bookends itself really
Mhm.
well.
Yeah. So, you're gonna check out Bone Temple, you
I
think?
am gonna check out Bone Temple.
Alright, fair enough. I like that. That's cool. Alright, Kevin Smith claims that he is writing a three-piece film which will be more of an adult film rather than a cartoonish childlike like Foul Mouth Askew movie, and it's gonna be a period piece. I don't know. Do you think Kevin Smith has what it takes to make a serious film? A serious period piece?
I'm pausing because I'm thinking about something the other day, but a different director.
Yeah.
So we were talking about movies in general, and you brought up uh, Steven Spielberg,
Mhm.
and there was a point in his life where I believe it was like right when he
Starting off.
like he was when he became a family man.
Mhm.
I think maybe the passion for movies kind of went away. And then I kind of have that same feeling with Kevin Smith, but unfortunately, with like a lot of like life events, which I don't know.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't want to go into
No, no,
details.
no, I agree with that. I feel like when he started getting high, that's when the movies went downhill a little bit.
Yeah,
And then once he got that when he had the heart attack, I feel like him coming back and looking at that lens in Clerks 3 kinda add a little more soul and seriousness to it. I don't know.
I wasn't a fan of those movies either. It was interesting, like, I saw the pivot that you're talking about him stop smoking weed, but then
But he did Jay and Silent Bob Strike the Jay and Silent Bob reboot, which was dog shit.
well, I'm talking about, like, I feel like the heart attack just made his viewpoint on the world change,
Fair enough.
which made his films change, and I'm like,
In a
it
bad way? Or
I think it wasn't a I don't wanna say in a bad way because I know you're a really big fan of I forget the movie where but going to the movies.
the 4:30 movie. I
Yeah,
liked it, but I know it's not
yeah,
everyone's.
it's not everybody's but what I'm trying to say is that movie was made for you, and
Yeah, but a very niche market.
yeah, I wouldn't say
Mhm.
there was another movie that I can't remember the name of right now, but I would say that was more for
I
me,
feel
but
like in the same vein, are you talking about
it's
Fabelmans?
like no,
Okay.
no, but that makes my Steven Spielberg take a lot, but, I haven't seen that movie. Maybe I should so that I can get
Yeah,
back to
I
you.
feel like Fabelmans is like the serious version, 4:30 is the comedy version.
Yeah.
I lean more towards the comedy version, but
Well, he did Red State, and Red
Red
State
State was I watched it a couple of months ago, it still holds up in
yeah,
my
I
opinion.
haven't seen it recently, but, like, I remember it vividly. If the movie if the movie has to be good if you remember it vividly, 'cause it's
Yeah,
been made and I haven't seen when did that come out? Do you remember?
2009 or 10.
And I still remember most of the scenes, so I would say, like, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
Uh,
But I think you said you're mixed on, like, Tusk, you didn't like Tusk?
Tusk looks good, but I don't care about the story.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Like, it looks good. So but then after Tusk, I don't think those movies look good. I want
Yeah, it started going down great, like, when he did Yoga Hosers and Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, they had, like, the video film
yeah,
like, not film, but it looked like it was just digital and, like, sloppy.
yeah, but, like, I will say Tusk looks good.
Oh, yeah, visually. Yeah, alright. So, alright, moving on here, let's see what I got up next. Alright, so a few episodes ago, Dennis and I were talking about the fact that Sony was developing a movie based around the popular Labubu figures, but we didn't have any further info on the movie. Well, now it looks like Paddington and Paddington 2 director Paul King will be producing and directing the live action movie. Do you think that a Labubu movie makes any sense? And do you think bringing in the director of what might be some of the finest family wholesome movies of the past 25 years, do you think that'd be a good match?
What's funny is, I went to Japan at late October, early November, and, we were looking around for Labubus because, I mean, they're not
Well,
made
I
in
think it's
Japan.
Korean, right?
I think they're Chinese, but they
Okay.
were more there was, like, gotcha machines.
Yeah, yeah.
We went to a slot machine place, and they actually had a little, like it kinda looked like like the '60s, '70s, like, Rudolph movies, like, Labubu. So, I could see them making a movie, and Paddington 2 might be a top 3 children's movie for me, so I'm really excited about it. How do you feel about the little Labubus?
How do I personally feel about
Yeah.
them? I don't give a fuck about them. I will say, you know my brother Nick.
Does he collect Labubu?
No, but so I went to Comic Con last July,
Yeah.
and I got into the Pop Mart. Like, there's lottery of what you can go and buy and sign up
Oh,
for.
yeah, 'cause it look a lot of Labubus that
Yeah,
show up
and
so
and
far, right?
exclusive.
Yeah.
So Nick, it was like, all right, here's my credit card. Buy all the Labubus you can. I bought like 1,200. I had to ship all the Labubus home, put them up on eBay. Nothing. No one has nibbled or bit at it at all. They're
Yeah.
just sitting in his room collecting dust.
I think the Labubus hat,
Uh-huh.
by the way.
Yeah.
So, like, how it worked was it was with teenage girls.
I mean, they made these things 10 years ago.
Well, I think they caught on with teenage girls a couple months ago, and then it got caught on with adults,
What I heard
and
was I think it was
and then it caught on.
the black pink actress who's in White Lotus. She was have had it, and like people went crazy for it.
Yeah. But then I heard there was kids, and once it goes to kids, I feel like it
It kind of
kinda
died.
dies out. Yeah.
Yeah. But I will say, like looking at them, like they're awesome looking. They're visually, it looks like they could be mischievous, and like I believe when I was doing research for this, there was a book. There's like a whole mythology book on like Labubu. So I
Yeah,
guess
they're thinking that.
yeah.
They got little bellies now.
Fair enough, fair
Little
enough.
round
I
bellies.
do too. So I guess I'm using this platform as if you're looking for Labubus, please send movie toast news and reviews at gmail.com an email, and I can let you know what I got and I can ship it to you. I'm not even joking. I can send you the link to eBay. You're legit. Yeah. All right. Anything else before we move on?
Great.
Fantastic movie. I still say you should check out Paddington 3, not Paddington
I
3,
just haven't had.
but it's not directed by Paul King, so it's slightly
Yeah.
different. All right. So let's see here. A couple of episodes ago of the Hot Mic podcast, Cooper Jeff Snyder said that he has credible rumors that Puss in Boots himself, Mr. Antonio Banderas, is in talks to co-star along Nick Cage in True Detective season 5. He's not sure if Banderas will be a detective or a bad guy or anything, but could you see Antonio Banderas and Nick Cage going head to head or working side by side in a True Detective format?
Um, Let me know. I haven't seen him in anything.
Antonio?
Antonio,
He's gonna be like smaller. And
okay.
last thing I saw him in was Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
That's what I was
That's
gonna
here.
say. That's the only thing I can remember is him being in that really good Puss in Boots movie, but I really haven't seen him, like, act in a while. I think he could do a good job, um, and I'd be really excited with Nick Cage
I was
rather.
gonna say, do you think he'd be a good match, the two
Yeah,
together?
I think they could, just because Nick Cage can do.
Anything.
I think he can do anything. He's really surprised me in the past, like, 10 years with all his films. Like, I wanted to like, this is an older movie, but I went into Big Blind,
I
and
haven't seen it yet, but I've heard it's kinda like John Wick with the pig, right?
no, it's not like John Wick. It's they
It's
just
the
talk. They just talk in that movie,
okay, was it
and
bad or good?
it's one of my favorite.
Oh, whoa! I just checked on IMDb. The last movie Antonio Banderas I saw, we just talked about Paddington and Bruce. He's the main bad guy in it. Holy
Life Life is Poetry.
oh my
Pig is a great movie where, like, he has, like, his pig stolen from him, but, like, he just goes around and talks to people. That's the movie, and
is it interesting or
yeah,
funny?
I would very much recommend it. I don't wanna spoil the peak of the movie, but when he just talks. The peak of the movie is him just talking to someone,
Huh.
and it's such a visceral comment, and I'm like, "Wow, I've never heard anybody talk down to someone so, like,
Is it like
poetic."
elegant or
Yeah,
what?
yeah, and
Huh.
and and the guy, like, I don't wanna spoil it. I would recommend Pig.
It's interesting that you say he can do anything. Someone who may or may not be a friend of ours of the show, who might be watching the show right now, might have seen a test screening for the John Madden movie and told me a little bit about it. And sounds like it's an interesting combination of Nick Cage and prosthetics playing John Madden, developing the Madden video game. It could be interesting. I don't know. It may or may not have happened. I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I
Yeah.
I can't comment on that.
I think you might know the guy who I'm talking about.
Okay.
We might have mentioned him earlier. Anyways, uh, James Cameron is currently writing a new Terminator movie, but he said Schwarzenegger will not be returning. And the main reason is he wants to focus on a new generation of characters. And more intriguingly enough, he wants to do what he did back in the 80s and kind of foreshadow the future. He doesn't want to live in where we're at now with technology. He wants to show what it could be like in the future, how he predicted AI could be such a powerful force today. Do you think he could pull that off? Do you think a movie without Arnold, do you think we can have a fresh start on Terminator and forget all that Arnold shit?
I don't know, I don't think so, and I just feel like
Because they've tried so many times and it doesn't work.
they keep on trying to do this thing with AI movies, and they're like, I forget the name of the last one. Maybe you'll know what I'm talking about because I can't remember the name of the movie, but I remember, like, the movie I was watching, I was like, "They just wanna be Blade Runner."
Yeah,
What was it?
Tron that you're no, we talked about this a couple months ago. Fuck.
Oh, it was the Alien movie.
Oh,
Show,
right.
show,
Oh,
the
Alien
show,
Earth.
Alien Earth,
Yeah,
and I was like, "Oh, they just wanna be Blade Runner," and I'm like, "Why does everybody wanna be Blade Runner? Like, why can't they just,
yeah. Do
uh,
something original, something unique.
do something original?" I don't know. The Terminator after Terminator 2, I don't I've seen every
It's
Terminator
funny
movie.
when we're talking. What's coming to my mind is when I had you go see Terminator 3 with me. We saw it at the Regal yeah,
Yeah.
the mall, and we were just so excited. We saw a kid in the bathroom excited talking about it,
Yeah, and we
and then
saw
we
it a week
watched it, we're like, "What
we
the
saw it
fuck?"
a week care
Yeah,
for
it
it,
was not good.
and I just I don't know if I've outgrown the series. I don't know how you feel about it.
Yeah, it's like I feel like T2 was great. It's a good twist on what worked in the first one. But yeah, T3 was kind of a letdown. Terminator Salvation was like, "Oh shit, we're seeing the robot
Yeah.
uprising," but that was a letdown. And then, "Oh shit, we're getting Sarah Connors in an alternative universe with Khaleesi playing her in that other one." Oh, that didn't really work. It worked for me. I liked it. But then the last one with Arnold, I was like, "What is this?" It's like an immigration story, and the Terminator's now grizzled and old, and John Connors was killed back. It made no
Yeah.
sense.
You know what I did like, with the Terminator show that was on Fox, but I think I only
The
like the
Sarah Connor Chronicles.
yeah, I think I only liked the first season. I think I had
I didn't watch it, but it looked bad.
I think I liked it, but I what year was that? 2005?
I think it's
So 20 years
yeah,
ago.
yeah.
I'm not sure if it's streaming anywhere, maybe, again,
Did
but
you check the Netflix anime? Uh,
no, I did not.
I didn't hear anything about it. I wanted to watch it, but I didn't, so that might stay on
The
maybe?
other thing that came out, I know this is a game podcast. I mean, I'm not gonna buy this game, but
Oh,
they
the
just
2-bit
that
one?
2D it looks good, but I don't think I would buy it.
Yeah, it looks more like an arcade game, but it's like I don't know. I was watching the trailer the other
Yeah, I just think so you think the franchise is stale? I think
I
it's
think
stale.
so, yeah. And that sucks, but it's like, hey, if that will pull James Cameron away from Avatar, can do it. I'd love that.
I'm sick of it,
Yeah,
so that's another story
yeah.
for another day.
Which not reviewing that today.
Yeah.
If you wanna see that review, I'll be putting that up on this channel in a couple of days. But, no. Alright, so Lakeith Stanfield is set to play Dennis Rodman in a movie titled 48 Hours in Vegas. The movie's inspired by a crazy story about how Dennis Rodman went on this crazy madcap adventure in the middle of the 1998 NBA Finals in Vegas. The film was supposed to star Jonathan Majors, but after all the allegations came out, it was dropped and the movie was kind of put on ice. Uh, I don't know. I like Lakeith Stanfield, and I think he's a better choice than uh, Jonathan Majors.
Do you think you
I
know
do.
you know
Jonathan Majors is a fantastic actor, but Lakeith has this charming person who kind of looks like him.
really? 'Cause I was like, Jonathan Majors has the size.
He,
Uh, you know what I'm
but must too much muscle. I think.
Dennis Rodman was a big guy.
That's
I'm trying to remember. I don't know. This is like I are you looking forward to this? Because I'm really looking forward to this. 'Cause Dennis Rodman is such an interesting
Yeah,
character.
he's like I would just watch a whole franchise movie about him, like because being friends with Kim Jong Il and like
Yeah, exactly.
all this stuff. I know nothing about this 'cause I'm not a fan.
Well, I think that's the trilogy.
Oh, dude, sign me up.
After they do
And did he do some movies in, like, Militia Man or,
what
Judge Dredd? No, he was
he
in a couple of movies,
he was
right?
in a couple movies. I can't remember them, but he was definitely in a
Oh,
movie.
man.
He's such a character, and I mean that in a good way.
Yeah.
And
And speaking of, Jonathan Majors, he had a movie come out at the beginning of the year that all magazine.
yeah,
It might be one of my favorite movies
unbelievable.
of the year.
I had the same time as you. It's really I don't know the full story, but I heard, like, outlines of it. You can correct me if I'm wrong. He was accused of something, and then it came out that
Yeah,
it
like,
wasn't
abusing his girlfriend and, like,
yeah, and
a lot of
yeah,
heinous stuff.
and then
But he was trial, he went to prison, I think. He did his time. Alright,
yeah,
people do things and I mean, it's not cool if he did that, that's fucked, but he did the time, let him come back.
yeah,
I don't know. Other people have done far worse shit.
way worse.
So I don't know, but you think this would be an interesting movie?
Yeah,
I do too.
I do too.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Speaking of interesting movies, wait, we got a comment here. Nope, or we don't. Sorry. Speaking of movies here, oh wow, oh I'm out of sync here. Oh boy, I don't have my. All right, well we're going without a fucking picture on this one, folks. That's so
Alright.
weird. Uh, it looks like Jennifer Lawrence and Josh Hutcherson's Katniss Everdeen and PETA will be popping up in the Hunger Games: Sunrise of the Reaping. I guess the prequel novel has an older Peeta and Katniss listening to Haymitch wax poetically about his days in the Hunger Games. So I feel like it's gonna be kinda like when we see Frodo in the beginning of the Hobbit movies. I don't know. How do you feel? Like the Hunger Games? Do you not give a fuck about Hunger Games?
I think the Hunger Games are just like a popcorn movie.
Fair enough.
I mean, I don't hate them. I don't like love them, but like I can sit down and watch them once. I don't know
Yeah.
how you feel about them.
I honestly like 'em. I rewatched them like a year ago. Like, I enjoy and then the prequel movies that they made, the 2, I believe they
I
made,
did like
really good. And this one, the next one is based off, the what's his face from True Detective? I can't think of names right now. Fucking wow, this is sad. Woody Harrelson's character.
Woody
Yeah,
Harrelson.
it's his character. So I guess it
Yeah.
would make sense that he would be telling the story to these kids. Yeah, I check it out. And thank you. Double Take is the movie we were talking about. Dennis Rodman. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you, Rick. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. It's interesting because I feel like Jennifer Lawrence was the like great acclaim from doing the Hunger Games movies, and Josh Hutcherson kind of just floats around and got more acclaim from doing Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah. Um. Yeah.
I like him. He's a good. I interviewed him once for.
Yeah.
He's a good guy, but
I'm trying to remember his acting from Five Nights at Freddy's. I could comment on it, but
fair
maybe I can't. Maybe he didn't do a good job because I can't remember. I remember more lines his sister said in the movie than
yeah.
I can remember him. I just remember him being lethargic the whole movie. Like I'm having bad
Pretty
dreams.
much, pretty much. Yeah, yeah. I will say he's in a show right now on Max on HBO that people love. Rachel Snapp's show, I Love L.A. He's pretty good in it. He is kind of playing a regular guy. If you haven't seen, there's this show called Future Man on Hulu, a comedy, and it's hilarious. He stars in it.
Oh,
There's
he's in
like
it
3
as
seasons.
well.
Yeah.
Is he like Do you think he's on the same caliber as? Can't remember his name. He always has smaller parts. He was in Smile movies and
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
like,
Dinner in America.
in America.
I love him, man.
Yeah, I love him too. Do you think he's on the same caliber as him?
Yeah,
he's
like
a great actor.
I think so. He just
He's
hasn't had the right. Kyle Gillen.
Kyle Gallner. I think Kyle Gallner is a great
Oh,
actor.
he's fantastic.
And I wonder, like,
I feel like he's not as good as Kyle Gilner, but the 2 are different, but
but,
they're good in their own way.
but you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Like,
He just hasn't had that role that
yeah,
counts.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm
Alright.
excited, and I'm happy to see that they didn't turn their backs on the franchise that made them stars. Kinda nice.
Yeah.
Alright. I know, off mic, you said you don't really have anything to say about this next story, so,
I'm gonna try my best.
it's all good, it's all good. So, rumors were swirling around the internet over the past, couple of weeks about the fact that Marvel is gonna be actually putting out different teaser trailers in front of Avatar: Fire and Ash. Over the next 4 weeks, we're gonna get a new teaser each week, and there were rumors floating around that we're gonna like focus on like, let's say Captain America for one trailer, Fantastic Four the next, X-Men the next, Loki, and so many other possible people. And then right before Avatar came out, one leak, the first one leaked, which starred Steve Rogers, who, spoiler alert, in the last movie, went back in time, and essentially he's no longer part of our continuity, and we're done seeing him. But the trailer was all about Steve Rogers will return in Avengers Doomsday. And after that happened, supposedly the second trailer leak, which is Thor kind of with his arm off or something like that, which is kind of interesting. But after all that happened, a couple days later, they leaked the trailer for um Spider-Man Brand New Day. So it's like Marvel is going through these major leaks right now of trailers. Nobody knows where the Avengers one came from. Rumor has it that the Spider-Man one, which is very blurry, but you can hear it vividly, was from they do these like test marketing things where they show people trailers and get the reaction. Supposedly someone was recording it. I wonder how the fuck do you record it in a room and nobody sees or says anything? Maybe, that could be, but how do you feel about, like, big major movies like this getting like, leaked like that?
Well, I actually what's interesting is I think the big story here, I don't know how you feel about this.
Please.
I just throw a curveball in.
Go ahead.
Like them trying to put trailers between Avatar, so you
The
see
marketing for both
yeah.
them and Avatar. I fucking hate it. It's genius at the same
How
time.
do you feel about it? Because, like, I'm not seeing Avatar 4 times. I mean, I'm not a Marvel head. And then, like, the thing about it is, like, do they really think they can manipulate Marvel fans to see a movie
Right.
4
No,
to
no,
watch trailers? You're paying to see an ad. I don't know how I feel about
and
that.
it's like 10 to 15 seconds. Yeah, and Avatar: Fire and Ash is 3 hours and 17 minutes.
Well, I
And
mean, like,
no,
I used to like like crazy Marvel
and
fan
people are
would
saying Marvel fans are going in, seeing the trailer, and walking out.
that's what I was about to
So
say,
it's kind of genius on them.
but it's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm gonna pay for an ad.
Uh-huh.
But, that's how I feel about, like, the situation. The leaks, I mean, like, leaks are gonna happen.
Yeah.
I guess it would be bad, like, if it ruins the movie, but I don't see how a trailer leak can
But it's
ruin a
interesting
movie.
because what I'm thinking of, I go back to like 2008, 2009, that area. We got, or I guess it'd be probably 9 to 10. We Wolverine Origins leaked online before it came out, and Iron Man 2 leaked online. Like that was a major leak. The whole movie's
Yeah.
uh but also the other hot button thing that fanboys are nerding out over is, oh my god, Captain America is coming back. Holy shit, is Chris Evans replacing the current Captain America? And it's like, no, 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 no. They said Steve Rogers. And for all we know, this could be a play. This could be like a MacGruber situation or Deadpool 2, where he's on screen, but then he's killed off. Because a lot of rumors before this trailer even came out was the reason Doom is doing this is because the incursion that Steve caused by going back in time and spending living with Peggy opposed to doing what he was supposed to do caused this whole rip in the timeline, and that fucked up Doom's world. So Doom is going to go back and kill Peggy and his son in front of Cap, or I guess Steve. So it's like, do you think they're just going to bring Chris in and kill him off, or do you think he's going to be an actual character throughout the whole movie?
I thought he was done.
That's the thing. He was done,
You
and
know, like, then I don't know if I like him as a person because then is he telling the truth?
yeah, that's the thing. You
Yeah,
can't trust these
yeah.
things. But what I was thinking, it could be interesting because we're getting Steve Rogers, but is he going to be maybe the Nomad, or is he going to maybe be Captain Hydra? That'd be cool if he's Captain Hydra teaming up with Doctor Doom.
Yeah, and I thought they were gonna do Secret Wars.
They are. That's going to be the next movie after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which would, so I don't know how this all if it's all, like, opposite like, different characters playing different roles from different timelines. I don't know how that would go into Secret Wars, and I don't even know how you do Secret Wars because Secret Wars was just a comic book to sell toys.
Mm-hmm.
But we do get God Emperor Doom. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it's not gonna these trailers aren't gonna make me see Avatar.
Yeah. But do you respect the fact that they're keeping it? You got to see they're making an event out of it, opposed to we're just going to drop it online, or is that kind of a flawed system in your book?
I just think it's bad consumer-wise to trick people into paying to see
Fair
it.
enough. I got
I
you.
just feel like it's scummy, and I don't know if the movie industry should be doing that
Yeah.
this time. Like,
Yeah,
maybe
they're already floundering enough.
yeah. I mean, um, this year has been not, like, a disappointing year, but there's been less movies that I've been excited for this year.
Mhm.
Like, each year since it's kinda sad because like, I know the movie industry did kinda crash in 2020, but, like, each year it's becoming
No, 2020 was fine. It was 2023 where the strikes happened and put people like me out of work till today.
yeah. And
That's what fucked
and
it up.
it's been getting, like, for me
It's been getting worse. Yeah, quality
yeah,
of film.
like, as an example, like, in 2019, I wanted to watch every movie that was
Mhm.
nominated for the Oscars. There hasn't been a year since 2019 where I was interested in watching every movie that was nominated.
Fair enough.
I don't know, and I'm not saying that Oscars is the end all be all, but like I don't know. I just feel like the quality is going down.
Yeah,
And there's some movies like I they just don't like grab my interest.
fair enough.
Later in our reviews, there are some like uh, there's some light, but like I want to see more.
Mm. Now, I will say the one ploy that worked, like after they played or before they played the Avengers teaser in my screening of Avatar, they played the prologue to the Odyssey, Christopher Nolan's new movie, and that was a 6-minute epic scope show,
Really?
and that was well worth it. That was better than the Avengers. It was better than Avatar itself.
Well, I will say this, like I didn't think that like his latest movies have been the
Oppenheimer was boring.
I
was
like
bored.
I'm saying I like his latest movies, his earlier movies I do really like, but it's
Yeah.
funny, like, Christopher Nolan, in my opinion, is a filmmaker,
Mhm,
and
100%.
probably maybe the gimmick I didn't see the gimmick, but that 6-minute gimmick sounds like something
Well,
cooler.
it's interesting because that gimmick was a week or two ago, as of our recording right
Yeah.
now. It was going to play in front of 70 millimeter IMAX screenings of Sinners and what was the other big movie this year? That was One Battle After Another. So I was surprised because if they played it in front of my regular digital 3D version of Avatar, I'm like, oh, this is amazing. Like, if they sold that to me, you'll see 6 minutes of it. That's well worth it. Show me a chunk of the movie
Yeah.
opposed to just a
Yeah.
second teaser. Fuck you.
I'm as a person more excited
Yeah,
than like a 30-second clip.
100%. All right, moving on here. James Gunn has officially cast a German actor named Lars Ettinger as Man of Tomorrow's villain Brainiac. This comes weeks after heavy speculation that the frontrunners for the role was Dave Bautista, Matt Smith, Claire's Bang, and Sam Rockwell. I don't know. Like a lot of people are like, oh, who's going to be Brainiac? He's teasing it, and I don't know. I don't know this France guy. I'm looking at his IMDb right now. Only thing he was in that I saw and you saw with me is Jay Kelly, but he was like a small role. He was someone in Jay Kelly.
Let me see the count. That scene was.
What the fuck did I say?
Well, I'll ask you a question while you're looking it up.
Yeah.
So, do you think that James Gunn is saving DC?
Mm, that's a hot button question.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. He had one decent movie so far, and sure, uh, Peacemaker was good, but that was before he took over, and the second season was a little hit or miss opposed to the first season. The fact that he's just making his own movies opposed to letting people like, yeah, we're getting Clayface next year,
Yeah.
and what's the other one that we're going to be getting? I don't.
The only one I know is Clayface.
Yeah, there's another one, but I'm not thinking besides Supergirl. I don't know. I just don't like the way that he's using this to kind of be a troll on like X and stuff. Like he's just really doing some things that rub me the wrong way. But
Yeah, I'll say ask another controversial question. Does DC need to be saved?
yeah, I feel like I didn't care for
I mean, I didn't.
I didn't really care for the last Justice League batch of movies. Honestly, I did like Shazam, the first one. The second one sucked, in my opinion. I fuck. Aquaman I surprisingly liked, but I don't remember any of it. Wonder Woman I loved, but I think just start fresh. Don't make it this grand thing. Just make movies like you used to make. It doesn't have to be the MCU.
Yeah.
Uh, Sorry, I'm just pulling up this Lars guy for you. Killing Time. All right, here we go.
I'm excited for that movie, but we're not going to talk about it.
Digger?
Yeah.
I haven't watched the trailer yet.
I have.
All right, so yeah, I think they're just a bunch of German.
I haven't seen any
yeah.
of those. I just wanted to double check just in case.
No, but do you feel like it makes sense? Like I feel like this adds up with putting David Cornsweet as the main character, making our villain someone we don't fully know because you can get immersed a little bit. But I kind of like I would have loved to have seen Sam Rockwell. Matt Smith could be interesting, but I respect the fact that he's giving an actor a shot who might not have popped in America yet.
So later in the reviews, I'm going to give a similar comment. There are better actors in other countries.
Oh yeah,
And, like if he like is the man for the job, you should get him. You should
Yeah.
get when
Who's
you
the
think-
best?
Yeah, you should first the best.
not just a name that will sell tickets.
Yeah,
Because then later on they can sell tickets if they're good enough.
yeah. And I think like you should give a guy a chance. Like who's the guy from who is in Quentin Tarantino movies? The German guy who he got
Oh, yeah.
and he was trying to be an actor his entire life. And then when Quentin Tarantino gave him a chance for Inglourious Basterds, it put him on the map as and he was
I
always
mean, he was always on, but Christoph Waltz.
yeah, I'm talking about him.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Like he blew up after that.
he
Kinda
did
like,
blow up.
yeah.
And he's I watched interviews with him. He's like humble about it. He's like, I wasn't always a good actor. Quentin Tarantino just found me in a time where I fine-tuned my craft. When I was looking at the IMDb for this, I don't remember his name, but the German guy who's going to play supposedly going to play Brainiac, he has a full catalog. He's been doing it for a while.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
When you're still in your country, come to America, and you blow up.
Yeah. So I'm hoping it's good, and I can see Brainiac being an interesting character compared to like someone in the past, like who was the villain in their version of the Avengers, the Justice League.
Yeah. Dark Side.
Yeah, Dark Side, or, like, there was that other guy who was, like, CGI monster, like
Yeah.
yeah. So, I think if you have, like, a more interesting, grounded character, that could be a much more interesting film. Like, Lex Luthor is a more interesting villain than, like, most of, like,
Yeah.
superh
And this is gonna be a two-hander. Apparently, Man of Tomorrow will be more of a Lex Luthor, Superman buddy team together in a way.
yeah, and I do
Coming against a bigger threat.
find Luther character interesting because he's doing what he thinks is right. It's
Mhm.
kinda like the going back to the Marvel thing, Doctor Doom, his story, he's doing what he thinks is right versus the Avengers what they think is right. So it's an interesting story. So I think it
Yeah.
could be interesting, and then if we're getting a new actor a chance who could do a good thing,
Why not?
yeah, why not? How do you feel about all that?
I agree with what you're saying, and I thought of the other movie, which is in the DCU, but it might not be the Batman 2 is the other one we're getting.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like, that's the interesting thing here, like, right now, it's like, are they gonna get a new Batman? Because it seems like James Gunn wants his own Batman, but it's like Rob Pattinson's already kinda killing it. I think they're waiting to see how that if he's gonna integrate in here. I don't know.
How do you feel about that Batman movie? Because I thought it was fine, and I
Yeah,
thought it looked
it
so
busy,
oh my
and the
god.
score,
Yeah, the music and the look of the
but
movie,
the
beautiful.
story and plot, I was a little bored. I like that they flooded Gotham at the end. I'm like, "Holy
Yeah,
fuck, how do you rebuild Gotham?"
I like Paul Dano.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
Paul
yeah.
Dano, but yeah, so, like, I give him the sequel.
Yeah, and that brings us into our next story here. On episode 229, the last episode, Dennis and I talked about the fact that Scarlett Johansson was slated to play a villain in the Batman Part 2, but little was known at the time of who she was gonna play. But it sounds like she's gonna be playing Gilda Gold, aka Harvey Dent's wife. But that's not even the craziest news surrounding the casting, because it looks like at one point Brad Pitt was gonna be eyed to play her father-in-law, Harvey Dent's father, who was kind of this abusive alcoholic that made Harvey Dent want to be that good guy. And out of all that, her being this villain, Gilda Gold, that kind of ties into, I guess, last Halloween, which is about like Harvey Dent and Batman searching for this holiday killer who kills people on holidays, and that turned out to be his wife. And that could lead off to Harvey becoming Two Face. I don't know. How do you feel about all that? Like, do you think that makes any sense?
Yeah, I think if all that is true, that sounds like a good movie. That's
Yeah, like
all I can really say,
yeah.
and I would watch it, like, compared to, like, the stuff that I'm hearing in the Marvel
Mhm.
universe, like, that sounds like an interesting, compelling story that I would wanna watch,
Right.
and if the story's good and it looks as good as the last Batman movie, then that's all I need. It doesn't
Yeah.
I feel like the Christopher Nolan Batmans, like, people, like, hold them on such a high pedestal, and they are good
I
movies,
like 'em, but
but give them others a chance.
and that's the thing, like, I like I feel like I like Batman Begins more than The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises, but everyone's like, "No, no, Dark Knight is the best. Rises is good." But I'm like, watching Bruce kinda train and become Batman and
Yeah,
get the skills, I really dug. And I think that's kind of what we're getting with this Reeves version of Batman, because we're seeing him in the year 1, year 2 kind of phrase. Uh, but how do you feel about I mean, it's yeah, apparently negotiations fell through and we're not gonna have Brad Pitt in it, but could you see Brad Pitt falling into this world and fitting in?
yeah. Brad Pitt, seasoned actor.
Yeah.
I feel like he definitely has his own style, if that makes any sense, but I feel like he could just slot in just
Mhm.
fine. Like,
And not playing the main character, just playing like a side character who is like the reason why our main character who is he is.
yeah, I feel like he could do it. I don't know if he'd wanna do it. I don't
True.
know him personally
Yeah.
because he's
You
always
don't
in
know him
stuff.
fuck, I thought
Yeah,
you knew.
yeah. But, he, like, he always plays the main character, but I feel like it would make sense, for him. He's played a lot of sinister characters in the
Mhm.
past. I just feel like he's got a decent range, but he is Brad Pitt is Brad Pitt,
Yeah.
so, like, he's gonna have that twang to it.
Now, who could you see, playing Harvey Dent married to Scarlett Johansson? Who would you wanna see playing Two-Face essentially down the line? Anybody come to mind for you?
At all. What about you?
That's a good que you know who I think would be cool? We were just talking about Sam Rockwell would be interesting because he kinda although I guess he was the villain in, yeah, Iron Man 2, so no, maybe not, because he has that friendliness, but he can also be evil.
Sam Rockwell was the best part of Iron
He was, yeah. I did not care for the wrestler as Whiplash.
Man. Yeah.
Fuck, who would be a good Harvey Dent? Like, Oh, maybe like Timothy Oliphant.
Not sure. The problem is, like, who played Harvey Dent in the Nolan films?
What's his face?
Because he was so
He was
perfect.
great.
Yeah, and that's the problem. That big shoes to fill.
Yeah. Fuck. Why can I not think of it? His
Was he in that fireman show or something?
Aaron Eckhart.
Yeah, he was so good. Um, so I don't know who could play it.
Ooh, they should bring Billy D. Williams to play.
Billy
He played him back in Lego Batman, I guess.
I think they should just from Lego Batman. I'm kidding.
Dude, Will Arnett as Batman, I love to see it
Yeah.
live action. We were talking about that the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I guess we killed enough time talking about that. My apologies. All right, up next, what do we have here? Michael DeLuca and Pam Abdi are the reason Warner Brothers had such a stellar year this year with movies like Sinners, Final Destination Bloodlines, F1, Minecraft movie, their whole slate. They killed it. Best, biggest studio this year to make money. It seems like they are starting a new banner over at Warner Brothers, a more contemporary film banner. And they brought the top 3 brass from Neon to come do this. And they're planning to look for younger, newer, up and coming filmmakers and giving them a shot and doing something a little cheaper, a little more broad. That's not exactly the way they do things on the big scope of Warner Brothers. Do you feel like that's smart? Like starting a banner, giving up and comers a new shot?
They need to. And like companies have done this for years.
Yeah.
Or we need a new generation of
Yeah.
filmmakers. Like, I think they are getting more chances, but like Warner Brothers do need to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what kind of like lower budget films they need, but we need lower budget
But
films
I mean,
in general.
Neon, I don't know if you know their films, but Neon is really interesting, unique movies. These people are behind that, so it's like
Yeah.
that makes sense pulling people who are good at taking lower budget things and making them on a grander scope. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like most of the things that Neon puts out. They bring most of the foreign movies
Mhm.
into the United States, which I do appreciate.
One of the movies I'm gonna be reviewing today is a
Yes.
foreign movie. Yeah. Cool. Well, staying in the realm of WB, as we mentioned, as everyone in that knows what's going on in the entertainment industry knows, Netflix is buying Warner Brothers. Everyone's afraid, holy shit, they're gonna just dismantle. We're never gonna have big Warner Brothers movies on the big screen. It's going away. They're gonna destroy the whole marketplace. They're gonna die because of this. No. Netflix has put out a they made a whole website essentially claiming it could change that they're going to be keeping Warner Brothers and HBO intact. Let everyone who's running it run theirs. Still do it the way they're doing. Put out on the big screen. Put HBO out. They're not just going to merge it into Netflix. Do you believe this? Do you think it's bullshit?
I could believe it. The problem with this merger is, and the problem with Warner Brothers right now is it has too much debt.
Yeah.
So Netflix is taking on their debt. I think the reason why they're gonna do this, I think it's a bad deal. The reason why they're gonna take on all this debt, because I forget what the money is, but it's astronomical.
Oh yeah, I believe it's what 108 billion. No, that was what Paramount hostile takeover bid was going to be.
Yeah, so Netflix is just trying to be the biggest fish in the pond and let everybody else die out.
But it's interesting because before all this went down, Ted Sarandos, the head of Netflix, was talking about theatricals dead. Nobody cares about theaters. That's why we don't worry about it. But now he's like, yeah, we want to be in that. Do you think he saw how good Warner Brothers had a year last year? He's like, fuck, we should be in that marketplace. Let's take them.
Yeah, maybe, but I feel like Netflix is wide in the path.
87.7 billion is what they're
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm worried. I will say, I was telling Dennis on the last episode, I like the fact that Netflix gives like big directors a chance to make movies that studios won't let them make.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like that's I feel like Netflix is like slowly turning into shovelware. So
yeah.
what was the what's the site that everything gets dumped on for like the new, like how back in the day you'd have direct to video. There's a site that's like that now. Is it Tubi or is it
Yeah, probably.
it's probably like
Tubi has a
Tubi.
lot of weird
I
shit.
feel like Netflix is like turning into Tubi.
They don't have a lot of interesting stuff, and that's what I'm wondering if they want to take that stuff and they'll essentially have Warner Brothers shit on theirs for free. I don't know.
Yeah. I think they just want to build their
Yeah,
catalog
makes
and
sense.
they just want to be the fish in the pond and other companies will just die out.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I
I
mean,
don't know. I don't if that's how you feel, like you like
yes and no. Like because the whole reason why homeboy who fucking charge of Warner Brothers right now. I'm blanking on his name. David, not David. Zaslav. Yeah, David Zaslav. The whole reason they brought him in was so he could essentially come in, make Warner Brothers good and viable to sell off. They were essentially gonna yeah, that's why, like we were saying earlier, he took Batgirl, shelved it as a tax write-off. Scooby-Doo holiday special write-off. The fucking Acme movie write-off. Cancel shows people care about because he just came in to be a shark to make it viable. So they were gonna sell one way or the other. Someone was gonna buy it. I feel like this is the lesser of two evils because this it was essentially between them and Paramount, who Paramount just was bought by Skydance and yeah, I don't know, that could've been scary if they had control as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. But,
Am I looking forward to it? No. How about you?
no, I think the smart thing, they had their best year ever. Why not continue to just be your own company? Why do you gotta sell it right now? Build it up even higher. You can get so much more later on.
They just want the money.
Yeah, it's sad,
It's not
but
about the thing, it's about
yeah,
the money.
it's so true. Hopefully, definitely stays true to what they're saying here. I don't know. Could be wrong. Uh, in 2029, the Oscars will be leaving linear television and starting to be broadcast on YouTube. How do you feel about this? Makes sense to you
Yeah, it
or
does. I don't know if you're looking at TV numbers for shows on, what is normal, like, it's not antenna anymore, but you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah, yeah.
broadcast television.
Yep.
It's dead.
Oh,
It's
100%.
it's so dead. Um, like, as an example, like, local news is getting more views on YouTube than
Mhm.
it is on their own television channels. I just think the Oscars is probably like, in 2029, like, they're seeing the writing on the wall. That's just my opinion. I don't know if you have a similar opinion or even
Well, yeah,
different.
I mean, that's the thing, like and this way, the Academy, they used to do super long things. Now they can just go as long as they want. They're
Yeah.
like 5 hours. We do a whole fucking day of Oscars and not give a fuck because it's all streaming. And isn't that what they do with the video game awards? Is just streamed straight to YouTube?
Yeah. They put it on a lot of different platforms. I haven't watched it in a couple of years, but the the funny thing is that's like, well, how would the Oscars make money? Well, the video game award, it's like all advertisement.
Yeah,
They could do the same thing with
they
the Game
could
Awards.
definitely do that with the Oscars. Yeah,
Yeah, and then so at the Game Awards, they always have trailers for new games. They could have trailers for new movies,
hell yeah.
and then, like, studios could pay the Oscars. They could steal that formula. I don't know if they'll do that, but I just
I think it's on the book.
broadcast television, I think, is dying out. I haven't heard a show on broadcast television that, like, made me I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you heard anything? The only show that I heard that you watched was, like, Superstore. That was, like
Yeah, that was a while ago. The only one that I feel like I'm kind of watching now because like every now and again I'll watch this Big Bang Theory, Young Sheldon spinoff, George and Mandy, but that's all on fucking Paramount Plus anyways.
yeah, so, like, I haven't heard any
Yeah,
shows,
there's not much.
and then
I guess I do like Fox shows. Fox has a couple of
Fox I haven't heard, but, like, back in the day, like, 20 years ago, like, all people would talk about was like, "Oh, do you watch this show on Fox? Do you watch this
Mhm.
show
Yeah.
on CBS?" And I feel, once like, I'm gonna use this as my, timestamp. I think when Mad Men and cable started making great
Mhm.
television, broadcast television shows,
Dip.
could they dipped, they couldn't keep up, and now with streaming putting out great shows, I just feel like
And
broadcast
that was the death of it there because it's like they went from being like 24 episodes a season to 8, 9 episodes, and it's like that's the season now. And used to have pilot season, now that's all year round. We're getting shit all the time, which is nice because back when we were kids, we'd have to wait a whole summer to get a new season of something. And now there's something for everyone all the time, anywhere you look.
yeah.
Uh, but the thing that scares me is like for I want to say for Golden Globes, they were streaming that simultaneously on Hulu last year, and I want to do a live stream of it here. But it crashed. Hulu was down. I couldn't watch it. Couldn't do the live stream. Do you think that would happen with YouTube, or do you think they got so much server power it wouldn't be a problem?
I think YouTube's more powerful than Hulu
That
for
makes
for live streaming.
Yeah.
And that's what they do.
That's their whole
It's
market.
That's the whole thing. It'd be like I don't know, like what someone can host a video better than Netflix.
True.
No,
No,
Netflix,
not at all.
no, Netflix is
Yeah.
that's what they do. So I feel like YouTube can handle the infrastructure of being like having that many people watch.
Mhm.
Like, and I don't think Hulu is like
Well, like you just said, I guess, right there, Hulu, when they started doing their live stream, And wasn't there complications with like when that boxing match people wanted to see the
Oh,
didn't
no,
that go down? Wasn't
yeah,
that
that was so Netflix got into live streaming last year, and
but you don't think we'll get a situation like
no,
that with YouTube?
I don't think with YouTube because of they have the history of it.
Yeah.
But like the issue is Netflix is they weren't used to live. They also took on the WWE, which
Mhm.
the first couple of
I've heard mixed things
of
about
Raw. It's good now, but like
okay.
they needed the hiccup. So I think Hulu, which doesn't like it wasn't prepared for that kind of like the infrastructure probably wasn't designed for it.
Mm,
Like how Netflix wasn't designed for live TV.
yeah.
Now live stuff on Netflix is fine. Like I haven't heard any complaints about how Raw is like like it's every Monday now.
Now it's just normal.
Yeah, it's
You
normal.
don't gotta
They
worry about it being
yeah,
continued.
I think like they'll just they could just slide right in and just do the
Fair enough.
just have the show.
All right. Not bad. That is gonna do it for our news section today. But let's get into the second part of the show here, a little thing we like to call polls. Theme song here.
Table. I feel like that's the
All right. All right. Up first for our first poll here, folks. I reviewed a movie that you and I saw together a few months ago. Bradley Cooper's latest movie, Is This Thing On? On episode 229, I reviewed that. So I wanted to know if the Toasties preferred Bradley Cooper one way or the other. If they like Cooper more as a writer, a director, or an actor. Do you have any takes on Bradley Cooper? Do you prefer any?
what did he write that he was in that I
Well, I think he's pretty much just written the movies that he's been in. He's directed like A Star Is Born, Maestro is the Sing On he co-wrote with Arnett. But let's see if there's anything else.
I think right for me, I think right now with what you just said, actor.
Fair enough.
We'll see for writer.
Bradley Cooper. Sorry, I'm just pulling up, folks, just to double check and make sure I'm not wrong here.
What's your favorite version of Star is Born? That's
I've only seen his.
you don't.
I've only seen that's easy enough. That's all I've seen.
It's like
Well, yeah, because he has written things, but you go to his IMDb page, doesn't even show it. But he did.
writer 3.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
it is.
so
All right,
it is.
so it all his shit.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, it's actor. What about
Okay.
you?
Uh, yeah, I'm gonna go with actor, with the exception not in Is This Thing On when he's doing a Jason
Oh my
Mantzoukas.
God, I
Fuck
did
that.
not like him in his own movie.
He was the worst part of his own movie.
Yeah, I liked the movie. I know he did already a review. I liked the movie, but he was the worst.
Yeah, sadly. All right, so let's see what the Toasties have to say about this. 0% for directing. I felt like it should have got a little bit because his stuff is technologically sound. He's worked with some of the greatest directors alive currently, but hey, like, all right. 0% for acting. That baffles me. Okay. 100% for writer. Apparently people
Okay.
love his writing, I
Okay.
guess. Yeah. All right. All right. Now this is this next one, something that we didn't bring up in news because we're going to talk about here. Unfortunately, as most people know, Rob Reiner was murdered, him and his wife, by his son. So I wanted to find out what the Toasties' favorite Rob Reiner directed film was out of This Is Spinal Tap, Princess Bride, When Harry Met Sally, In Misery. But let's open up. You wanted to talk about, you asked if we should talk about his films and stuff.
Yeah.
I think of him more as an actor. I like his acting a lot more, but
You know what's funny? I don't know if you like the movie, but I really liked him in Spinal Tap, the original.
I'm going to be honest. I've never seen the original. I only
You've
saw
never
the
seen the original?
I see. I feel bad. I hated the sequel so much.
Oh,
I'm
the
like, what is
sequel
he
was
doing?
not. I don't think it
And
was
this is
good.
his last movie, and I feel so bad that I hated it.
Oh
so
my
much.
gosh, it bookends on his career and
Yeah.
it's
It's like one of his best movies in most people's opinion. To one of the what the fuck is this movie?
So like he's kind of like really funny in the first one. I feel like Spinal Tap is almost timeless. Uh, you just got to be in the mood for that kind of comedy.
Yeah.
It's probably similar to like you would comedy similar to the one that you saw, but it's just not its own.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. I'll talk positive about that
Sure,
movie,
sure.
even if I hated it.
That's-
Those guys are like years old,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're riffing like
And it's
crazy.
interesting. Friend of the show, me and Rick, we went to Comic-Con last summer, or this summer that just passed, and they had directors on directing. Collider was hosting in Hall H, and it was Paul Feig talking about The Housemaid and Rob Reiner talking about This Is Spinal Tap, The End Continues, and me and Rick were like, well, when are we gonna get the chance to see Rob Reiner again? He's kind of old. He's probably gonna pass away soon. And sadly, he didn't
Yeah,
pass away because of that. But we got to see him live in person right before a couple months before
wow.
all. Crazy.
I've been following the court case. I won't talk too much about it,
It's
but it's getting really interesting. The same guy who
what's her face?
no, not what's her
Karen
face.
Reed, right?
No, he
Lawyer.
not Karen Reed lawyer, Epstein's lawyer.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and he has one of the best win rates in California, and he wins. So I was reading about like how he might take the case. So
Yeah.
I won't go into detail. But what's your favorite Rob Reiner movie?
Oh boy. Ah, God, I don't even know his whole filmography. I know I've probably seen most of them.
I've seen a lot of them. I actually haven't seen like one of his most famous ones, this the Stephen King one with the
Misery?
boys. I no,
Oh no, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Why was that not on my list here? That was one of his like
that's
bigger movies.
yeah. It's like one of
Where
his,
they find the dead,
yeah, the
dead body.
Stand by Me.
Stand by Me. Yeah.
I haven't seen Stand by Me, which I really should, but
You know what? Honestly, it's not on the list here, but I think my favorite of his might be The Bucket List. I really enjoyed
oh,
The Bucket
popcorn
List.
movie. I love.
Yeah.
But my favorite movie he did is Misery. But I can see why you love Bucket List. And you know what's funny? It's a movie. When did the go back? I know you.
It was
Yeah.
still in say 2006, 2007.
Yeah.
It ain't made this. That was before the
No, but think about this. The Bucket List is about two older gentlemen trying to finish some things before the end of their lives.
Yeah.
Which was 20 years ago, and
Uh-huh.
those two actors are
Still
still
doing it.
alive.
Yep.
Yeah, and I don't know, it's like
Yeah.
yeah.
But
So
no, I did like I said, I didn't think of him as an actor. Looking back to his days on All in the Family
Oh,
as
yeah.
Meathead, but just even recently, well, not recently, he was Jessica Day's father on New Girl, and he was killing it. I loved him on the last few seasons of The Bear, and I'm like, I can't wait to see him come back for The Bear, which they were just about to go in production on right before his death, and it's like, fuck.
Yeah. Awful.
But in the movies I have here for the poll, I'm gonna say my favorite has to be When Harry Met Sally. Like I didn't watch it until about like 5 years ago. I'm like, that's a really good movie and a great commentary on male and female friendship and romance, and it's an interesting film.
We're probably gonna lose some viewers, but I don't really care for the
Fair
Princess
enough.
Bride.
I don't either. I don't. I think it's overrated.
I don't get
mediocre,
it.
and dumb. I don't like it.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, let's see what the Toasties had to say about this. 0% for This Is Final Tap. I get that, but I 0% for Princess Bride. 50% for When Harry Met Sally,
Yeah.
and 50% for Misery, which I also love Misery. Such a classic, iconic movie. And that's the thing that I guess we haven't even talked about with Rob Reiner. He could do so many different genres so
Yeah.
perfectly. It's like, wow. And
Yeah.
it's like, what would we have gotten? Would we have gotten a better movie than This Is Final Tap? The End Continues? I'd like to think maybe.
I would after watching it, yeah, I would.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope so, man.
And I would like this all the actors from This Is Final Tap. I would like them to do one more thing. I don't know what it would be,
Yeah,
but
they're all great actors.
they still got it. They
Uh-huh.
still have the comedy. It's just that it's just like when it's funny when actors get older, they just kind of sit around, and they were just kind of sitting around the whole time. So
Yeah, just talking the whole
yeah,
time.
so maybe if they get in a movie that makes sense for the two
And I felt like they were just trying too hard to be outrageous and modern with their like improv. I felt like
Yeah.
if they tried less, it could have been more effective.
Yeah.
But this isn't a read for that. Sorry. Anything before we close out the poll? You want to talk
Oh,
about Rob Reiner?
One last thing, there was something funny in the second Spinal Tap movie. I don't know if you caught it in the credit where he goes like, "I did fuck his wife."
Yeah.
Okay, that was the only
Because the
time.
whole time it's like I didn't do that.
That was the only time I like laughed.
Yeah. There were subtle moments. I feel like the bloopers at the end were better than some of the stuff in the movie.
Exactly.
Yeah, at least they had the forethought to put that in. Yeah, which I guess if you haven't seen it and you're a fan of Santa Claus, I believe the sequel is now on Max. So if you got Max, go check it out if you like that. But that is going to close us out here on polls. Let's get into the main crux of the show. A little thing we like to call reviews.
Nice camera action, it's review time. Dennis and Adam, we gon' blow your mind. We're stepping up to the plate, ready to swing. Analyzing movies like a scientist would play.
Give me a thumbs up when I'm ready.
All right, so up first, we're going to tag team review here, but I will let you take the lead on this.
Okay. So we're gonna review Eternity, a film by A24. I like A24 because they're like Neon. They put out interesting films. I think they a couple of years ago they were really niche. They
Mhm.
were doing like the same type of movies, but I think they're really expanding. They're giving projects that like wouldn't get a leg at like
Yep.
a Warner Brothers
They're big.
or like even a Netflix. So so I want to get into Eternity. Eternity is a scenario is like what if you were gonna die and then you got to pick your life and you're gonna sit there in eternity. Um, what would you pick? And then unfortunately, there was the stories about a husband and wife who both tragically die relatively close, and then her first husband who's been waiting in the afterlife for I believe 60 years for
Yeah.
her to come, and then just who's she gonna pick? What's gonna go on? These eternities are interesting. Like, are you gonna pick this and live, stay there for the rest of your life, deal with the consequences? So I think Eternity was a good popcorn, flick. It wasn't, like, the best movie I've seen this year, but I was
Sure.
really glad I got to watch it.
And
How do
it's
you
an interesting, unique take of something we haven't seen before that you haven't thought about. Like, I love, like, the set design was cool. Like, a lot of people didn't like that. Like, it was like kind of like a train station almost or an exhibition hall showing all the different. I like that.
Yeah, I like
I
it
like the
too.
fact that you're given like a concierge who helps you figure it out. I like the fact that it's who will she choose? And let's talk about the fact that when you die, you go back to the age where you were most happy. So our two main characters, we start off, they're old, they're in their 80s, 90s, and but when they're in the afterlife, they're portrayed by Miles Teller and Elizabeth Olsen, but not young and spry. They talk and act like they're the older people, which I really dug. I felt
Yeah,
like they were both good.
I like that a lot, and I thought the characters in this movie were really fleshed out,
Mhm.
and it wasn't and, like, even in the beginning of the movie, they're elderly sitting in the car, and
Oh, yeah,
that one conversation
it
sets the
sold
whole
everything for him.
you knew exactly who they were, and I really like that. And, I know we talked about this the other day. I like Miles Teller,
He's fantastic in
uh,
this.
and then oh, what's his name?
Callum Turner,
Callum Turner.
I haven't seen him in much, I don't recall.
We talked about this. I've seen him in a lot of movies. I think he just keeps picking stinkers, but, I think he's like, if he was given a good project, he'd be a really good actor. I like his performance.
But in this, fantastic. I
Yeah,
believe he was like this like guy who died when he was in the Navy. He had that old timey vibe, and look, it sold
yeah,
it for me.
yeah, and, like, he was in an old-timey movie. Was it last year? Boys in the Boat or
Oh
whatever?
yeah, yeah, the
And
Clooney movie.
he's got that yeah, so I think he's a good actor. I really like the movie. I wouldn't say it's the best movie, but I liked it because it was so different and unique,
Mhm.
and it looked like the people involved, liked what they were who they were playing. The movie looked good. It was original. I'm hoping for more movies like this
Yeah.
in the future.
And I'm gonna we haven't mentioned yet, but the two concierge here who are representing the men, I really dug. We have John Early as the original husband, his concierge, and someone I love in everything she's in, Divine Joy Randolph. She is fantastic in this. Like her charm and charisma comes off. It's bubbly, it's boiled. I love it. She stole the show for me.
Yeah, and when she was, having her, like, comments in the movie, that was the only time my entire theater laughed. I don't know about
I can
yours,
see that. Yeah.
but, like, everybody lauged when she had something to say, and,
Mhm.
I thought she was a great heart of the movie. They don't go into her background, but, like,
But it worked.
just the way she acts, you know that, like, she's a good character.
Yeah. And I gotta say, like, God, like you said, this is something different. A24 gave it a shot. I don't know if any other studios would give this type of movie a shot.
I don't
Yeah.
but, like, I just feel like A24 is putting out, like, movies no one else would give a chance, and I'm happy for it. I don't like all their movies, but I like that, like, they're giving them a chance. And this is gonna segue into one of our later reviews with one of the main actors from the movie, like, from a movie,
Mm.
and, like, A24 gave him a chance in another movie, and I like this production company, and I hope they make more movies like
Yeah.
this. They don't need to be, like, all horror movies
Mhm.
like they did in the past.
Wait, one movie I saw this year that might be in my top, I haven't put it together yet, but A24 made an '80s style kids movie called, Ochi, and it was practical effects, amazing sets and visuals. You wouldn't get that with any other studio.
No. No, they wanna make everything like a computer.
Mhm.
And I think what is it called? CGI has its place.
It does if
But,
it's
like,
used right.
yeah, and I think if they do a blending with CGI and practical effects, it looks good.
Hmm. And speaking of looking good, the cinematography in this has this rich, dark look to it that sells it, and the way they use the camera is
Yeah.
interesting. And I'm gonna say if other cast member like the execution is kind of pivotal on the cast, and the cast really sells it, and they're the biggest draw for me, I think.
Yeah.
Anything before we give it our rating that we haven't mentioned that you want to talk about?
I I think I think this is an interesting point, and I wanna hear your answer. I don't know today that I would say I would rewatch it, but I think a good sign of a good movie is I would rewatch it, and I think I would rewatch this movie in, like, let's say,
Oh,
like, 10 years. Does that makes any sense?
I'll tell you right away. When I left the theater, I was thinking about this movie for like 2 weeks.
Really?
I would watch this movie again when it comes on streaming. I'm gonna try to get
Okay.
Sarah to watch it, see if she likes it. Yeah, I would definitely watch this again.
Uh, I would give it 3.5 toast.
All right, I'm gonna yeah, I give it 3.5 as well. But you asked me something off mic that was intriguing, and I have my answer. But do you have the answer for if you were to die in this? All right, let the concept alone. Before I ask that, your question. The concept is cool. Like we always see afterlife movies, you're dead, you're in heaven, you're in hell. But this is like a place we've never seen before. And that originality I really like because anything under the sun you can think of is a world. So you asked me off mic if I was to choose my afterlife eternity, where would I want to spend it? I think it'd be like in a movie theater world if they were still playing movies, all the movies I that were around when I was live. I guess that's where I would go. But where would you go?
You know what's interesting? And then, this is for people to watch the movie. I think I would choose the afterlife that they chose.
Fair enough.
Not the one that one character chose, but the ones
All right.
the ending.
The main
Yeah.
crux, the ending.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's legit. That's
'Cause
legit.
I was thinking of, like, what are the things that I want in life, and I guess, like, that's what I would want in life, so I guess maybe that's what I would want in afterlife.
Yeah, okay, we didn't mention this before. There's spoiler alert a little bit, but it's not really super spoily. She gets the chance to kinda decide who she wants with that, yeah, we did
Oh,
say
yeah,
that,
sorry.
but, it's like, is she making the right decision? She thinks she's making it, and it really makes you as the audience wonder because both these guys are really sweet, really good, and they love her, and she loves them, and it's like, who do you wanna see her end with? Like, because it's like, hey, yeah, she spent most of her life with Miles Teller, but the other guy she didn't get a chance to spend time with. And it's really like I'm rooting for both these guys, but only one can win. Who would you want her to choose? But if the movie wasn't over, who anybody you were rooting for?
I well, I saw a lot of parallels with one of the characters, which I don't know if you wanna go into spoilers, but
Probably not spoilers, but
yeah, there was one of the characters, and, it was interesting. He said something that, like, I felt. So, um, in my personal life, which I won't go into detail, but I appreciated that
well,
sentiment.
it's not a spoiler. I don't think you can say that part if you want. I know what you're thinking, but you don't have to.
No, but I'll say it from, another well, you did the review for, Is This Thing On, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We were both saw together.
yeah.
Yep.
It's like, he said something like, "I wasn't happy,"
I wasn't unhappy with our marriage. I was unhappy in general.
yeah,
Essentially.
and, like, I saw a lot there's some similar parallel to that in Eternity, and I was just like, I remember in my life when I was the happiest, but was I happy in just that moment, or was I happier in, like, a different period for a longer period of time? So, the
Yeah.
movie really makes you think about your life, and I think that's what makes a good
Sure.
movie. It makes you think about yourself and not just, like, the
Mhm.
characters in the story.
100%. Yeah. So that is currently in theaters. Probably going to be streaming soon enough. Might even be on VOD right now. If you're looking for something different, go check it out. All right. So our next movie here is one that we were both kind of excited about. It was playing at a festival we went to, but we didn't get tickets. But the trailer looked cool, and we both really like the main character. I'm talking, of course, about The Secret Agent. All right, this is a Brazilian film that I feel like I can't fully sum up because it kind of went above my head. But I
I
guess, all right, yeah, go ahead, please do
So,
because
Secret Agent is an interesting movie. I don't think this is spoilers, but The Secret Agent is about memory and storytelling and what you remember. When I watched the movie, I was extremely bored.
yes, yeah,
Extremely bored.
I lost interest.
Um, I was like, "Why is it shot this way? Why is the storytelling this way?" And you really don't learn that until the halfway point, and it doesn't even explain it to you. You kinda have to figure it out.
Mhm.
And the movie, you have to watch the whole movie and actually think about it to understand what's going on. The movie does not hold
Yeah,
your
you
hand.
texted me the next day, you're like, "I think I got it." And I'm like,
Yeah,
"Please let me
I
know."
needed 24 hours to let him know. And what was really funny, because the movie is about memory, like, we were talking about one of the main themes of the movie as we were driving up. Uh, Adam was telling me about this story with his cousin and how, like, there's a train, and Adam remembers nothing about the train.
Well, because it didn't exist.
It
It was gaslighting,
well,
made up story.
but that is kind of
Fair
similar
enough,
to the
fair enough,
themes
fair
of
enough.
the movie. Like, you don't know what's real or not because the movie is essentially about memory, but it doesn't tell you that, and it doesn't hold your hand to it. So, what I don't know, like,
Yeah,
that's kind of
and
like this idea of the movie.
or
And that, like, as an example, I'm not gonna
no,
spoil
no, no,
anything.
yeah, yeah.
There's something extremely wild that
That's what I was gonna get
yeah,
into.
yeah,
There is a scene that takes I'm like, if that was the whole movie, it's like a wild B Grindhouse style movie in the middle of it. I'm like, why is this not the fucking movie? This is
yeah,
ballsy
you wanna know
crazy.
why it happened? Because the movie is fiction, but the reason why I thought it happened was because when a tabloid story comes out that's out of this world, they write about it. And the movie was written what the movie idea was through memories and news articles. So
Yeah.
someone wrote and they show you in the movie the news article about that wild scene, and someone wrote about it. So then the movie, since it was based off memories and news articles, it had to create the scene of
Uh-huh.
that extremely crazy scenario. So, um, I don't know if I can sum it up any other way, but
Yeah, no, yeah, I think that's fun.
how did you feel about the movie?
I wanted to like it. All right, now let's get this out of the way. This is a movie that's Brazilian. It's in Portuguese. It's in subtitles. I don't mind. I love reading subtitles. Movies, that's fine. The movie is 2 hours and 40 minutes, and it is a slow, not even a slow burn. It's slow.
It's slow.
Like it starts off awesome. Like our main character rolls into a gas station, and sees a dead body covered up, and the attendant comes out and he's like, "Oh, that's fine. We shot him over the
Oh my
weekend."
god, you know what's crazy? That scene, I didn't realize it till the next day, tells you everything you know about the character need to know
Mhm.
about the character, and I don't know if you were realizing that while you're watching it. It literally explains who he is.
Yeah, it kinda shows you his moral compass and everything, and
Yeah, and multiple characters say something, like, I'll just say one of the lines from the movie, uh, "That guy's a fucking pussy."
yeah,
And, like,
but
you're like,
he's not really.
he kinda is.
You think?
Yeah.
Now let's get this, alright, here's someone we both really love,
Oh,
alright?
one of my favorite working
Fucking
actors.
one of the best actors in the business right now, Wagner Moura, right? That's his name? I always reverse his first name and last name. Yeah, Wagner Moura or Wagner Moura, I guess, the accent if you say it right. Who in everything he's in steals the show. He's a charismatic guy. He has this charm and likability, but in this, he is just kinda, like, nonchalant and just reacting very bluntly to things. It's like, why? What I feel like he had to have been directed that way.
I think it's about the memories and, like,
Fair enough.
how do you make a character where you don't know a lot about them? And I think the ending scene with, when he when he explains, like, the synopsis of the story, I think that's acting in the movie because the rest of the movie, he's playing,
Yeah.
something else, but, yeah, it's just unfortunate. I don't know what I know what the director was doing, but I don't know how you would do it any other way for his vision, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
It got really high reviews. I I wanna can you bring up the audience rating? Because I feel like audiences are gonna hate this movie. Because Rotten
Reviews?
Tomatoes right now is 98%, but I'm really interested in the audience rating. If it
Alright,
is
so, metric rating 92,
but
IMDb.
those gotta be critic
So
ratings.
where do we go, like,
Go to Rotten
Rotten
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes?
Yeah, I just wanna see because I feel like the general audience is gonna hate this movie.
I feel like it's been getting great reviews from actual reviewers,
That's
but
what I
yeah,
mean.
you're talking about regular
Yeah.
I love how I put Rotten Tomatoes in and it brought me to actual Rotten Tomatoes on Google. Fuck you, man. Secret. And I'll tell you, the trailer makes it look like it's gonna be an action-packed, edge of your seat thrill ride, and it's not that. It's not that at all, folks. Oh, wow. Okay, so is it the
Oh,
tomato reader or the
yeah,
popcorn meter?
but
250, popcorn meter, people reviewed it, 250 plus, 91%. Tomato reader? like certified reviewers, 98%. So maybe we're in a very small minority here who
I mean, I like the film, but I would never rewatch
oh, yeah. No, this is one of those
Never
movies that
never rewatch
yeah,
it.
no need to come back to in my book.
Yeah, I think you just have if you wanna if you think you would be interested in a movie about, like, memory and, like I think it's a good period
But that's
piece.
been done in so many other movies so much better. Fun.
Yeah, I don't know if it better.
Well, memory type.
Is it like Memento? Absolutely
No.
not. But does it do memory better than Memento? I think if you really think about the story, I think it does.
Fair enough.
Because it makes you think about your life, which I think said in the last review, it makes you
No, but these are it's very true for both movies in different ways, kinda.
yeah. So I mean, I like the movie. Uh, I don't know if you wanna keep talking about it, but
I mean, I'm good, but if you want, we can. It's up to you. We can
I
just
d I can't talk about it because it's
you
way too
spoiled
many
things.
way
There's
too
a
many
lot yeah.
spoilers. How many pieces of toast did you get?
I am gonna gi oh my, I feel bad. This is a very low review for me. I'm gonna give it 1.5 slices of toast. Not even 2. 1.5.
Yeah, I think it would be I'm gonna give it a 3, but it might be a little
Wow.
under a 3. I mean, I liked it, but it wasn't like the, film itself that I liked about it. It was like the message that I
Alright,
liked.
I'm gonna be honest right here. You said don't say it on here, but I'm always transparent in my review. I fell asleep watching this movie multiple times. You told me, "What did you say?" When I said, "Oh, fuck, I must miss a lot when I was falling asleep."
I think I said you as much.
Yeah. I fell asleep a lot throughout the movie, and I missed nothing. That's what sums this movie.
You even said to me that I look bored, and I
Yeah,
was
I saw
kinda
you look like I'm like, "Oh, maybe he's falling asleep too."
I wasn't falling asleep, but I was bored.
But I didn't get a lot of sleep the night before, but if it was a riveting movie that kept me entertained, like the next movie I wanna talk about, I was awake for 24 hours. I was on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, I like the movie, but I don't know. I it's interesting. So I now wanna watch his other films because 'cause I'm curious. I heard this guy has, the director, I forget his name, has been trying to push his movies at Cannes every year, and he's created a lot of films. And, I have, like, a in the Massachusetts we're in Massachusetts. I have a lot of friends. There's a city near us, and it's mostly Brazilian people, and some of my good friends are Brazilian. So
Well, Monk
so
Conca Fijo, I
yeah,
think.
so I
Featuring
like the culture, so the
22 movies he's,
yeah, he's
directed.
done a lot. There's a couple that I'm really interested in. I'm not seeing the ones that I'm interested in watching just yet.
Sorry.
But yeah,
For you.
I don't see it. But there's a couple that has piqued my interest. So I'm interested in seeing his other films to see what they're like. I know they're very artsy, and dealing with things in Brazil that don't exist anymore. I will say this about The Secret Agent, as a period piece, the movie looks
Oh, stunning. Gorgeous.
unbelievable, unbelievable, and I think I said this to you yeah, I did. Like, I don't like the movie Prometheus, but that movie
Uh-huh.
looks
Agreed.
incredible. So The Secret Agent, the shots, the way the cameras are angled, the
Mhm.
set, the costume, it's
Oh, yeah.
one of the
For
best.
production value,
One of the
you can't do
best.
better.
Yeah, I honestly think it's one of the better looking movies I've seen this year.
And this is Brazil's, entry into best foreign film at the upcoming Oscars. So, it might win some big awards, but if it was in the running for, like, production design, cinematography, 100% would, understand that.
Yeah,
It is boring, Rick. Yeah.
yeah, it it looks so good though, and I think it's gonna sound interesting. I feel like some languages, when you hear them, they don't sound good.
Mhm.
I think Brazilian Portuguese sounds really good. It's very
Yeah.
songy, but when I hear Portuguese, they kind of sound a little angry, kinda like the German like how
Fair
people are
enough,
saying
yeah,
German.
yeah, it comes off
So,
a little
like, when I was watching it, I was like, "Oh, I like subtitles too," and I was like, "Oh, the movie sounds like the way they're talking, it just everything."
yeah.
Lots of sex scenes though, Rick. If you're interested in sex scenes, there's a lot of there's probably like 7 sex scenes in this movie.
See, I fell asleep during the sex scene. I saw one.
He fell asleep there was a gay one who fell asleep through
Oh,
that.
and if you wanna see Captain has, like, 2 faces,
Oh,
and Rail, I think it's Rail in this movie.
looks stupid. The gay sex scenes look good too.
Hey, hey, you know,
Yeah.
you can film sex look good. It doesn't have to be male, female, any sex
Yeah,
is sex, man. If it looks good,
they all look good.
alright, anything else before we move on?
You gotta be a special person to like it, but I think it's one of the better looking movies.
Fair enough. I will, second that for you. Alright, now that is it sorry. That is in limited release right now. Probably get a wider release sometime soon. Probably when the Oscars are coming, that will be in contention. Probably see it a lot more then. All right, up next, I have a movie that comes out in a couple of days on Christmas, but then it's going to open limitedly on Christmas and then expand in January. So I have Park Chan Wook's latest movie, No Other Choice. We saw the trailer for this when we saw The Secret Agent, and what did you tell you were intrigued by this one, right?
Yeah, I really like this director. There's only one movie I haven't seen from him that I wanna watch. It's the vampire one. I'm blanking on the name right now. But I love I mean, I haven't seen the Vengeance trilogy in
I haven't seen all this stuff, but what I have seen, I love. Dude. Like,
yeah, so, like, Snowpiercer, I love.
that's a good
The
movie.
Vengeance trilogy, I love.
The Handmaiden.
Yeah, I like that. Thirst is the vampire
Oh
movie,
yeah.
so I haven't seen that. Um, I think Korea is, some of their directors are making the most interesting films, just because they have different viewpoints. They're not, and they're making different stories. The trailer, it gave me Old Boy vibes,
Yeah.
especially the shots. And the Vengeance movies don't look like Old Boy. They are about, like, getting revenge or, like, Old Boy and his other films, but, like, they didn't look like it. So, there was a couple scenes I was like, "Well, that just looks exactly like Old Boy." But, how did you I haven't
All right,
seen
yeah.
it.
Let me set up. I did say the title, right? I said no
Yeah,
other choice.
yeah.
All right, so here's what it's up. So you have a guy, wealthy, he's at the top of his game, he's providing for his family, everything's going great, and then he gets laid off. And essentially he starts like he's miserable because he can't provide for his family. His wife, who has always like stayed at home and took care of the house and the kids, decides to go back to work, and he feels like that's the man's job to take care of that. His family essentially has to uproot their life, move elsewhere, sell all their stuff. Hell, they have to get rid of their dog, the dog that they love, their family dog. They have to give to his in-laws to take care of. Uh, they're in debt out their asses, and he's just miserable. He thought, like me, when we were talking, the industry kind of died in 2023, the film industry. He thought, I'll be back at work soon. So much time goes by. He's just doing odd jobs, kind of making ends meet, but nowhere near to the success that he was at. And he was at a factory that made paper, and so he gets it in his head. Hey, this successful guy works for this paper company. If he was dead, I could probably get his job. But then he's like, shit, if he was dead, there's probably other applicants that are higher up above me that would probably get the job uh, first, and I wouldn't be in the running. So he decides to put out a fake advert in a magazine, a paper magazine that everyone looks at, saying, "Hey, I'm this new company. I'm opening up a paper factory. I need people." And he gets people to send resumes over to him, and he just fixated. He goes like, "This is the good one. This is the bad one," and he takes the top contenders and essentially wants to go and he does recon and watches them and wants to kill them. So once a job opens up, he'll be the front runner for the job. Uh, it sounds like an intense movie. The trailer looks so fucking intense and brutal and just action packed and such a thrill ride. But it's that, but it's more of a comedy. This movie is hilarious. Like I didn't want to tell you in the theater, but like this movie is fucking hilarious. Now there is action and gore, but unexpected action and gore. Like there's so much going on. This movie, like I said, this is the movie that I last time we recorded an episode, I got back, I got into bed at 4 p.m. and I had to be at work for 5:30 in the morning. I couldn't sleep, but I had this streaming at 10 o'clock that night. I went to work and edited some stuff and then went to see this movie. I should have, in all honesty, I thought I would pass out watching this movie because that happens.
Mhm.
But the movie was so riveting and so intriguing. I was so wide and awake and just wide eyed and thrilled because you couldn't imagine where this movie is going to go next. Like it just takes so many twists and turns that you don't see coming. Uh, and the cinematography is gorgeous. The score is fantastic. Uh, the acting is great. I don't know any of these actors because I believe they're all Korean, but the main character I do know. The main actor, Lee Bung Hun, he plays the guy who's like the main villain running the Squid Games, and he's great. His wife is great. His wife steals the show. She is a fantastic actress. Soo Young Jin, I believe is her name. I'm probably butchering it.
Pretty close.
She was great. And there's some other people. All the acting is top notch. The writing is great. Directing is beautiful. The cinematography and score are the best part of this movie. The comedy is great. The action is great. The thriller, the mystery, the intrigue. This movie has it all, folks. I highly suggest if you want something different this year to see or next year, because this is coming out Christmas Day, but then, like I said, opening in January wider, go and see No Other Choice. I'm going to give it 4 slices of toast.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, yeah. Sweet. So up next, we have one more movie that we saw at a festival a couple of months back that opens up in January. If you want to tell the folks about it.
So this is Dead Man's Wire. This is I don't know if would you call this a biopic?
It's based on a real story that happened back in
Yeah.
the 70s.
Yeah. I'll go into it before I give the view of the movie. Bill Skarsgård is a fantastic actor. You can tell he puts so much effort into his characters. Now there are real video of the person who plays Tony in the film, and I was curious what if they look the same. They don't really look the same.
But he has a visual style that's
But
like 70s accurate and menacing, but goofy.
but I was gonna say this. They sound
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So the guy Bill Skarsgård is playing is a little bit older, a little bit chubbier, a little bit rounder,
I
but
think I
but
saw that.
but the voice is very similar. So it's about a guy down on his luck. He got a deal with a mortgage company that he believed went like not in his favor. He believes he's out of $3 million, and he gets this idea to attach a shotgun to the owner of the mortgage company and demand him pay him the money that he
He
lost.
didn't care about the money. It was
No,
more
no,
about
that's
the apology.
I was gonna get to that.
Sorry.
He at the beginning, he's like, "I want my money back and I want an apology." He goes through the ringer. The best part of the movie is he doesn't even care about the money halfway through. He just wants an apology.
And he goes to get the guy who runs the company, who owns the company, but he's not even
Yeah,
there.
he's not even
He goes for the son. He takes the son hostage, thinking, "Oh, the dad will definitely cave in for his son." No dice on that. The dad's like, "Tough luck."
Tough luck. Al Pacino.
Yeah, the cast is phenomenal.
He's
Al
good.
Pacino plays that guy. He's only in a couple of scenes, but he's killing it. And the guy that he kidnaps is Darcy Montgomery. He was the villain from Stranger Things, the hunky lifeguard who like ladies flaunt over, and he's great in this. But I think the breakout for me, well, actually, I don't even know if I'd say the breakout. The cop was great.
The cop was
The cop was fantastic, but Coleman Domingo plays a radio DJ who's the only person that Bill Skarsgård's character will talk to. And Coleman Domingo has this cool, jazzy vibe about him that just worked. And this is a Gus Van Sant movie, and it's great. Like, and it looked stunning. Like, it looks like a 70s movie. It has like a film grain look. You can tell it's shot on film. A great production value. The editing is like the freeze frames that they'll do in random shots. But we saw the trailer for this the other day, and you thought the trailer looked a little different.
I think because we saw it at a film festival and we saw like a weird digital
Yeah,
shot.
we saw like a full frame of it, but the trailer was like
The
a different
Yeah,
aspect ratio.
yeah, and I think the coloring was different too, and it
Quite a
looked
bit.
better. And my biggest complaint when I watched the movie at the festival was like, I was like, yeah, this movie looks okay, but there's something off about it that I don't like. And then what was really interesting when we saw the trailer for it, I was like, the trailer looks way, and it's probably because of how we saw it, not the movie
Yeah.
itself.
The way it was,
And I was like, man, I wish I saw this like this way because like coloring even looks better.
yeah,
Because there was parts of the coloring at the festival, and it just kind of looked a little
it was
cheesy.
really a work in progress.
Yeah. And the funny one of my you didn't go into detail about the Coleman thing, but I love that Tony in the movie, he kept on saying like, "Well, I love jazz. I love jazz."
Yeah.
And then what's funny for the podcast is I'm wearing my Newport Jazz
Oh,
Film Festival
boy.
hat because I knew we were gonna review this
Nice.
film.
I was wondering why, like, let me get my hat.
Yeah.
Uh,
Why?
And it's funny, like, we were this was the last movie we saw at this festival. We stood till like I want to say 10 o'clock and drove back, or you drove back from New York to Massachusetts.
Yeah.
I passed out like a bitch. I had to go to work the next morning. You did too, I think.
I went to work.
But we really wanted to see another movie called Dust Bunny. This was our backup movie that we got accepted for. I saw Dust Bunny last week. This movie is 100% better. Dust Bunny was good, but this was much better. Like we just went by. I don't even think there was a trailer. We went by, oh, that's Bill Skarsgård. It looks interesting. Let's give it a shot.
Yeah. I would recommend this movie.
Yeah.
It especially if it looks like how it looked in the trailer, not what we saw, I would recommend this movie.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I'll go see it when it comes out. Like,
And then you can let me know.
yeah, 100%. But yeah, stars. Everyone's giving great performances. It looks great. It sounds great. It has that vibe to it, and I don't know what else to say about it. Anything that you can think?
Yeah, it was like a biopic, but it didn't suck.
Yeah,
Because I feel like some biopics, they just kinda like
and that's the thing. Skarsgård's character isn't really a villain. He's a good guy. He's goofy. He stumbles around, but he's really good at what he did, making this dead man's wire situation. And people kind of it's
oh,
no
we should
spoiler.
explain what the dead
Oh
wire
yeah,
is.
yeah, please.
Oh, so the dead man's wire is a shotgun that like not zip-tied wire to the back of your head, and the trigger is on the
It's attached. So if you move your head too much, it's
yeah,
gonna blow your
yeah,
brain.
if you move your head too much, the wire will pull the trigger and it'll blow your brains out.
And you're probably wondering, oh well, it's just a guy sitting at a table. No, they're literally going from the building down an icy road, slipping on ice almost, going into a car, driving a car, holding it, going up an apartment, coming out. They're going all around. It's just not a one. It moves. It moves a lot. Now there are some things that aren't great. Like there's a plot with like a news anchor following
Yeah.
them. Could do without that.
I plot.
Yeah.
They could have been there, but I didn't need it to be a plot.
Now, I will say, the trailer gives the whole movie away.
Oh, don't watch the trailer.
Like, you go in blind just from this review or just from whatever, because you'll see the whole movie in the trailer. But it's out of context, but it's kind of the whole thing.
Kinda in order.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so I don't know, how many slices would you give Dead Man's Wire?
I think I'd give it 3 out of 4. I feel like that might seem low,
No,
but
that's pretty good
but,
score.
I would say, yeah, 3 out of 4. How about you?
I think I'm 3 with you as well. Yeah. So that comes out, like I said, in select theaters on January 9th and wider release on the 16th. So if this sounds interesting, definitely worth checking out. And that is gonna essentially do it for the review section here. Hopefully you found something that you might want to watch, but I don't know. I guess at this point, pretty much we promote our social media pages. We have 2 Facebook pages. We have an X. We have Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, YouTube, all at movie_toast. You'll get clips of this show. You'll get other reviews of movies that we don't review on the show. I see everything, so I'll review. I'll throw them up there. There's polls that you can take part in. There's more stuff that you can follow if you follow us over at movie_toast. And we also ask if you could leave us a review over on Apple Podcast or wherever you get this podcast, because we know it's not perfect. We want to hone it. We want to make it tight. We want to make it as solid a podcast as we can. And that will only happen if we get your feedback on what works and what doesn't work. We want honest opinions on it. So please let us know. But if you don't want to do any of that shit, we just ask that you please stay toasty.
Adam and Dennis, they're the kings of the real. Reviewing new movies, they keep it real. Coast to coast, from LA to the east. On the podcast show, they feast on the beast. Adam's bringing knowledge like he's Professor X. Dennis with cuts deeper than Wolverine's claws. I guess Marvel, DC, they know them all by heart. Breaking down the plot, tearing every scene apart. They got the juice like Tarantino's Pulp Fiction. Breaking down movies with a sharp precision. Adam coming in hot like a John Wick hit. Dennis bringing the heat like the climax of a Tarzan
movies I
flick.
watched, I think it was my favorite.
Yeah.
Reviewed, so.
I think you liked it. I mean, I think you liked it. I think you liked it as well.
I probably would like that better, especially as a comedy. Like,
Yeah.
'cause there was some good bits in Snowpiercer.
Oh, yeah. So, sorry, folks. We were talking over that theme song there. But Eddie did mention we saw fucking The Secret Agent on Friday night, and it's now Sunday when we record. And he had a beard, but he showed up at my house to record. Yeah, we're in my shed together. First
No,
time.
it's not a shit at this.
It's my podcasting studio, which is a shed, but it is a studio. First time anybody's ever been in the shed with me at the same
I
time.
love the.
It took us a while to figure out how to get the split screen. We were trying to be in the same frame. It didn't work.
Yeah.
But so anyways, Eddie showed up at my house having a mustache. I'm like, that's weird. But that was in tribute to our main guy here, Skarsgård, as you
Yeah,
can see.
this is my favorite. But I haven't seen no others.
Yeah. Fuck. So yeah, that's the show pretty much, but now Dennis and I normally banter. But I guess I want to ask you: we've seen countless films. I don't even know how many films together. What was your favorite experience movie and least favorite movie together?
Wax Up was the worst.
Oh yeah, we saw that with my brother, and
We
we
walked out.
walked out. We got our money.
Uh, you know what the best experience was? And I want you to guess. It was
There's a couple that come to my
was
mind, and I
completely
wonder if
it's completely random. It was completely random, and you're like, "I don't think you wanna watch this. Do you wanna go watch it?" And I just said I thought about it for a second, and at first I was like, "I don't have anything better to do." And I was like, "What's the worst that can happen?" And it ended up being one of the better mornings I've we watched it in the morning. I think we saw an 11 a.m. show, and it blew my mind and it changed my perspective.
Then I think I know exactly what that is. That's a later 2010 movie, I think. Are we talking about Boo a Medea Halloween?
I'm 100%
We went in expecting to hate that, and we're
Yeah.
like, "Holy fuck, we've been sleeping on Medea. How have we not seen this? A comedy gold, right
yeah, and I've been watching keeping up on the Netflix movies, love
there."
it.
Uh-huh.
But that was because I think I was expecting that's why it's one of my favorites, because I was expecting it to be so low,
Yeah.
but then it ended up being so high. I was like, "Whoa, this blew
Yeah.
my mind." And I've seen good movies with
Yeah.
these, but that was the one, like, it was funny if we were in eternity, that would be my happy but, like, we've got other, like
Oh, we've been through the whole gamut, man.
well, what about you?
I think experience-wise, one of there's a couple funny ones that I think. I think when your dad dropped us off, I think to see Bewitched, he's like, "You guys are seeing a girls movie." It's like, "No, Will Ferrell's in it. You don't get it, man."
Yeah, yeah.
But funniest, I think we were so desperate to see movies, or I was, and you came along. There was a point where we took buses, we did whatever it took. I got a moped, and
Oh, which
and
one?
like, I got a moped, and we would literally drive together. You'd be behind me, and we'd drive to the movies. But we'd be like, "Let's put a pillow in between us so it's not seems gay." And we were driving one day, and these little kids like calling us like gay and stuff. Like, "What are you?" And we're like, "Idiots! They don't even know, man." And like one day, we went down this like super hilly and rocky thing. It was so I didn't think we were gonna make it on the moped, but we did. But
Oh,
then
when we got
with
pulled over?
Ethan, yeah.
Yeah.
Easier way. And then they were doing road
How did
construction.
you
That was
you
over.
look at the map?
I don't know. We didn't have GPS. I don't know how we did.
I think you went on, like, on map
Did,
online,
did
and
you? I thought you knew how we were.
no, I think you
How
did
the
it.
fuck we met? Wow.
I
This
did
was
it.
pre GPS.
So
Yeah.
you got pulled so long story short for this, we went to see a movie, we got pulled over and, not impounded, but he's like, "You can't drive it home, you gotta get towed."
They had my dad come and drive
Yeah,
it back or something.
yeah, and then, like, you picked it up, like, the next day,
Yeah. Yeah.
and,
No, later that day.
oh, later that
Yeah.
day, and then you're like, "I wanna see movies." So then you were trying to figure out how to get to the certain movie theater, and you found the most convoluted way.
But we got
No, but in hindsight, it is, like, the most convoluted way 'cause
Yeah.
that dirt road.
Yeah.
And then we saw I don't remember we saw
Was it Yu-Gi-Oh? No.
that was the second movie. We saw 2 movies that
Yeah,
day.
we did back then. I even had the problem and addiction. Like
I don't remember what the first movie
I don't
was,
either.
and I remember not liking, the Yu-Gi-Oh movie.
Oh yeah, it was a letdown. But I think
Oh, you know what's funny about the Yu-Gi-Oh movie? We got cards for that movie,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I remember you hating the card that you got, but did you know that was the most expensive one
No.
money-wise?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you got, like, a pyramid.
Yeah.
And you're like, "This I got a pyramid." But then in hindsight, like, it was the one that was the rarest.
Wow, that's funny. I think one of the ones that I always think back to, and I don't know why, when we went to Showcase North Attleboro to see Elf, we went in blind, and I was just so
I saw that
amazed
with
by
my
it.
mom.
Did we? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we saw
wow.
yeah, I didn't think I was gonna when we saw
Yeah,
Elf,
we
I
were
didn't
on
I
the fence.
I didn't think I was gonna like it, and I loved it,
Yeah, yeah,
and my mom loved it.
yeah. And then I think I remember I felt bad when I made you go see Legally Blonde 2, Red, White, and Blonde.
It was
You
pretty
didn't
rough.
want to see that.
I've never even seen the first
Oh wow, going in blind. And one thing I remember was kind of painful. When I came back one year for Christmas break, you, me, and Nick went to Regal at the Silver City Galleria, and we saw Rival. And it was the first time a theater near us had like reclining seats. But
What's Rival?
Arrival.
Arrival.
sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, yeah.
But the theater was so fucking hot
I
and
thought we saw
warm.
that was no.
We saw it with my brother.
We did. Maybe I'm getting confused.
That was a great one. That was probably the same trip. That movie took me by surprise. There's so many
That
movies
movie
we
did
saw.
take
Yeah.
me by surprise.
Great movie. I don't know. I'm sorry. I know we're talking about nothing here. Anything that you want to talk shows, movies, anything before we wrap this up?
Yeah, I watched the first episode of Fallout, right?
Okay, I haven't seen it yet.
I think it's like a nothing episode. I feel
Oh.
like I'm not gonna spoil anything for you, but like I feel like there's like something that happens in it, and I'm like, that would be a better cliffhanger than what happened. Like in the first episode, the cliffhanger, I was like, that's a better.
Would that be a cliffhanger than what they did leading into the new season? Like that was the cliffhanger.
I'll
season
just
one?
tell you what it is. Like you know, like how the brother gets locked in the
Yeah,
vault?
yeah.
So he does something in the first episode that would be an amazing season-ending cliffhanger in the first episode, and I'm just like, if we were stewing over that for like a year, that would have been
that'd be pretty good.
That would be way better than
But then I
just
think they ruined it because they show him out of that trap. I think in one of the
yeah.
trailer
Well,
for this season.
he doesn't get out, but like he
Okay,
does
okay.
something, and I'm just like, that would have been a way better season
Fair enough,
finale, like cliffhanger than him just being stuck in there.
Yeah,
And I was just like, oh, okay, and like nothing else really happened.
fair enough.
It's an hour episode of nothing.
All right, TV wise, you turned me on to Tim Robinson's Detroiters, and I think you should leave. I hated sketch comedy. I tend to hate, but I loved it. Have you watched The Chair Company?
No, but I know about the actor.
Oh, you gotta watch The
I
Chair
know
Company.
about the actors. Him hiring bad actors on purpose.
But it's great. It
I
works
know.
so good.
I hear that. So I know about that. I haven't watched
Like it is like. How'd you feel about Friendship? His movie with Paul Rudd.
Friendship. I was on the fence. I I had a good time. I don't know if I'd watch it again.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
What about you?
I liked it. I laughed my ass off. Everyone in my theater, packed audience, laughed their ass off. But you're not the only. Other people have told me the same thing that they did not care for it.
No, I liked it.
No, but
just, like it wasn't. I don't know what they could have done to make it better.
it wasn't really a full fledged movie. It felt like sketches kind of tossed into a movie. Like it didn't fully fit as a movie. I think.
Yeah,
But The Cheer Company is a whole story with twists and turns, and like it fits in so perfectly with his acting and the style of it. You should leave. And it's like, you think you know where it's going, you're like, "Okay," and then it's like, "Nope," and it's still his same delivery, it's perfect, and they're getting a second you gotta watch it.
Okay. I just don't have the HBO right now.
Yeah, you gotta get on that, man. But, I don't know. Anything else before we, wrap it up?
I don't know. Is there anything in 2026 you're looking forward to?
Oh, man, there's so much coming out, but it's like, I don't
Like,
even
is there
know.
one thing that's like you're really looking
I mean, I'm excited for the Super Mario Galaxy, but I don't even know if I'm like, I have a list of, like, all, like, a rundown of movies here that are coming out, like wow, it's funny. Up until recently, January 9th, we were getting Soulmate, so it's coming off right away. Sorry, I'm looking. Mortal Kombat 2. Oh, Scary Movie 6 could be interesting.
Man, they're all your stuff is like sequels.
Oh, no, I think that's what this calendar was.
Okay, okay.
Jumanji 4, I'm intrigued by. We're getting a sequel to that, Violent Night movie, where, David Harbour played Santa. I'm intrigued by that. Scream 7, possibly. Spider-Man: Brand New Day. I don't know. I guess, yeah, I'm not too sure because normally at this time I do look to see what's coming out next year on IMDb, but most of it's just like it's filler and it's not fully there. But anything you can think of off the top of your head.
No, there's like it'd probably be the thing that I think I'm most interested in right now is I think I want to watch a couple movies from that Brazilian director.
You should.
I don't know when I'll do it, but I kind of want to do that. And then maybe I'll check out that vampire movie from the Korean director you reviewed
Yeah,
tonight.
yeah, yeah.
And
That'd
then,
be cool.
and then maybe later I get to watch. I mean, I guess it comes out next year, but I get to watch it. So maybe I'm looking forward to that.
You should. You should. That's a good one. Yeah, I think that's gonna do it. Thank you for stepping in for Dennis. If you're watching it, Dennis, can't wait to have you come back, see what you've been watching. Yeah. Hopefully you guys found something to watch. You got some interesting news. Thank you for listening. If you're listening, you don't know, we have a live stream of this. You can watch it on YouTube. If you're watching it, you can listen to us on wherever you get your podcast. And if you don't want to listen to the whole 2-hour podcast, I break it up into segments or the whole thing. So there's options. Yeah. Thank you, and have a good one.
Stay toasty.
Oh, there you go. That's how we ended. I don't know why I said have a good one.